for a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for every breath that I take, and I fight for every step that I make. When you add up the inches, life or death, winning or losing is the difference. You are the witness, inches around us, every second decisions. Too slow and I missed it, fast and I skipped it, but I'm on time so I gripped it. If you were ready to die then you will get this. If you're afraid of your life then you fight for that edge. No matter how far I come I know I still got a step to take. Pull that's it. Yeah, I do what I have to get where I got to. Eat, does that's it. I've been called worse by better, so what can you do to me? Fight for that edge. This is more than a team, it's family and I'll die for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are your participants in Super Indy 12. Gentlemen, if we could get a photo op right here for the website and for our archives. Gentlemen, if you would please stand in the center. Mr. Nese, you are the centerpiece here. Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the catwalk. Our final participant in Super Indy 12, Gory! Ladies and gentlemen, these are the men vying for the Super Indy Championship. Let's hear it for your participants. We got so much going on here tonight. All throughout the night, Justin Plummer is going to be bringing you backstage interviews. Let's go right now to the back. Justin Plummer, it's all yours, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here, welcoming everyone to IWC Super Indy 12. It is for sure our biggest night of the year because tonight you just saw the 13 competitors. They're all going to clash in the middle of that ring, but only one will walk out your Super Indy champion. Now, I'm going to be backstage all night trying to get a hold of these guys, get their thoughts before they go into the matches, get their thoughts as they come out. Because this is... Hold on a second. Is there a light on that thing? Can you see? Justin Idol. Hey, Justin Idol. Hey, can I get you to just step over here? I don't know if we got this on. Come over to our set here. Now listen, I got to ask, man. We didn't expect to see you here tonight. Can you tell me what in the world you're doing here in Elizabeth?
What am I doing here? It's Super Indy, baby. What am I doing here? I came to see a great show.
You just came to see...
Anywho, what gives you the right to ask me what I'm doing here? I mean, I may have crumpled up my contract, but I have every right to be here. I'm the trainer of the Iron City Wrestling Academy. These are a few of my students right here. Hayden Farah. Do I have a right to be here? Absolutely. Sam Cassidy? Yep. Remy LeVay?
Oh, yeah.
So do you have a problem with me being here, Justin?
I have no problem with you being here, but you kind of just alluded to it. Someone that may have a problem with you being here is Chuck Roberts, because it was actually in this very spot just a few months ago. You crumbled up the contract that he offered you and threw it in his face. So I find it hard to believe that you're just here to watch a good show. Can you tell us what you have in store?
What time is it, Justin?
About 25 after 7.
And what time does the show start?
About 25 minutes ago.
It's going to be a long night. Why don't we wait and find out? Let's get to the wrestling.
All right, let's head back down to ringside, folks. it's time to start Super Indy 12.
As we welcome you once again from ringside at Super Indy 12, it's Joe Dabrowski-Chang, Worthington Farnsworth.
185 pounds, and he is roaming the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. He is the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, and he is a former IWC Super Indy Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Facade!
Every year, one of the pinnacles of the IWC calendar year is the traditional Super Indy Tournament. No different. Here this evening, you see the best of IWC. You see the best from all around the world. Do battle to determine one surviving athlete at the end. This has launched IWC careers, and it's ended a few. Tonight, a lot of hungry athletes looking to hit the next level. Facade in the ring, a man that never lost the Super Indy Championship. First 2 of 10 that'll be officially entered into this tournament.
He weighs in at 201 pounds, wrestling out of Atlanta, Georgia. He is the crown jewel of professional wrestling. He is the savior of professional wrestling, and the only man in this building to be Jimmy Rave approved. Ladies and gentlemen, the former Ring of Honor, TNA Impact, and Japanese wrestling superstar, Jimmy Rave!
You talk about the road to Super Indy. Jimmy Rave's been on that road for 9 years. Jimmy Rave debuted in IWC in June of 2004. Stole the show. Defeated John McChesney. And after that was all said and done, poor Jimmy Rave was never seen in IWC again until tonight.
And Joe, you know I am a betting man. I gotta say right now, nothing against Jimmy Rave, but my pick to go the whole way, if there was a bookie that would still take my money, I would have to say I gotta go with Facade to go the whole way this year.
Well,
and as you know, every year I pick the winner 100%.
You pick multiple winners every year, if I recall correctly.
Well, you know, I like to keep my... I'm not that committal. Oh.
Well, Rave not committing to the tie-up in the early going of this matchup. Jimmy Rave, only 30 years of age, but already a 15-year veteran, Farnsworth.
Wow. And clearly showing some smarts. You can see just how ready Facade is to get this whole thing underway. Duck out of the ring, make him wait a bit. You freeze the kicker. You know what I mean.
Well, Jimmy Rave has done great strides in really improving himself professionally as well as personally. Jimmy Rave celebrating 4 years sobriety. Currently works in an advocacy capacity for a drug and alcohol and mental health rehabilitation center. And Rave has just been working just endless hours helping out those that are in need. And, well, Rave not making any friends here, getting in the face of this gentleman at ringside. I'll use the term.
To be fair, that gentleman was getting in his face every bit that he was getting in that gentleman's face.
Well, if Rave was in the ring, we wouldn't have these problems, would we?
Well, if that guy was in the ring, we wouldn't have that problem either.
No, we'd have a bigger problem, actually.
I'm not advocating people jump the rail and, try and attack wrestlers.
No, you'd love to see it, because then they'd all get thrown out. You'd be here by yourself.
Yeah, and then I could go through there, because I'm assuming some people would leave purses.
Oh,
mostly women. Mostly.
One would think. Side headlock takeover by Facade. My point about Jimmy Rave, however, that he's been working such long hours and focusing on bettering himself, actually also recovering from a seizure recently.
Oh, wow.
Which
I was unaware.
Very unfortunate. His doctors told him it was due to stress and sleep deprivation. And Jimmy Rave certainly not feeling any or showcasing any ill effects of that seizure thus far, but certainly great to see him just even able to compete after such unfortunate serious news. But Rave, as he often has in his career, bouncing back from adversity.
Well, sleep is very important, Joe. You know what I say, in bed by 11, home by 3.
Facade working to get the leverage on his side, chips up Jimmy Rave. Facade looking for some redemption in his own right here. Keep in mind, Facade was never defeated for that championship. It was supposed to be title versus title against then IWC champion Logan Shulo back at Winner Take All this past December. But a lingering ankle injury coupled with an assault out in the lobby that many people are assuming was related to Team Big League or Gory or someone of that ilk. I don't think we've ever had that fully established yet. But both those factors left Facade out of competition. Sami Callihan replaced him, and Facade has not been able to get back to that pinnacle since.
No, well, since, however, if he's climbing a ladder, he is at least at the top couple rungs at this point. It's within his grasp right now. I'm not saying he's a shoo-in, he has it, although clearly my pick to win it.
Yeah, but there are...
But, yeah, I mean, there's still a few rungs to go.
There's 13 other people on that same spot or one rung below.
Sure, but he doesn't have to beat all of them.
No, but he has to outlast them.
True.
Jimmy Rave, a major Ring of Honor star over the years. The original crown jewel of Prince Nana's Embassy. Part of the rock and rave infection in TNA Impact Wrestling. Big part of the very early years of TNA's X Division. Competing with men like AJ Styles and Loki. Mentored by AJ Styles for a time, even adopted Styles' finishing maneuver, the Styles Clash, dubbing it the Rave Clash.
Yeah.
And of course, Rave's finishing maneuver as part of the Embassy was, well, it was called gonorrhea.
Named after Ghana.
Yes, Prince Nana is from Ghana. That's correct. Royalty there.
Yeah. A prince, as a matter of fact.
Yes. How'd you guess?
Oh, I didn't guess. Well, I've done my research.
Ah.
And Jimmy Rave just let everyone know he's the best wrestler here.
Well,
he is Jimmy Rave approved.
Well, then why even have the tournament then, huh?
It's a good point. I mean, I'm sure Jimmy Rave was probably willing to just accept it.
Do you think
negotiations and all?
Do you think he'll have to win tonight for Super Indy to be Jimmy Rave approved?
Well, we'll find out.
Near fall, says referee Troy Davis, to count again.
And it's sort of like they're battling to maintain a leg lock that they just let go there.
Yeah, Rave was trying to push up on Facade to keep Facade from trapping Rave's shoulders. But Rave pulling a little bit out of the Facade playbook with the neck bridge. And right agility up into the monkey flip.
Oh. Oh.
And up and over, victory roll finds 2. Great back and forth counter wrestling, and Jimmy Rave, well, doesn't want anything more of it.
Brought down hard on the back of his head, top of his shoulders with that victory roll. I think he needs a moment to recoup. You can tell he's flustered.
Well, I think Jimmy Rave maybe underestimated Facade, and that's a big mistake. And Mr. Rave, you have to be a lot further back than that to get out of Facade's trajectory.
Very true. And we know that Facade is more than willing to dive into the crowd to do that far to get the victory. So,
and you know, because Super Indy is on the line, the Super Indy Championship, Facade will gladly sacrifice of himself in order to inflict the necessary damage to move on.
Very true, but at the same time, you have to believe he knows he has to keep something in the tank. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Sacrificing your body to win match 1 does you no good in match 2.
Well, and on the other side of that coin, not winning match 1 does even less. What's the proper balance there to find as far as taking a risk? Facade's all about risk taking. Certainly he's a great wrestler as well, but handful of dreads.
There we go.
Well, Rave taking advantage. That step over told of Facade, and Rave just negated all that momentum with that swift pull of the hair.
Well, you know, when he has you, if he's got you in a leg lock, you do what you got to do to get out of it.
Certainly can't argue that. Reversal here. This is Facade's 5th Super Indy tournament. He has never won Super Indy in the tournament model. However, he went to the finals last year before a pre-existing injury caused him to fall short to Sami Callihan. That pre-existing injury caused by another entrant here tonight, Gory.
A little bit of history for you kids in case you weren't paying attention. I gotta say, Facade not really playing the game that we were expecting on this. You know, more of a high flyer, and we've seen a lot of mat work out of him so far, a lot of submission work. I don't know that I necessarily would have thought Facade would have come out the gate looking for a leg submission.
Not at all. And certainly we've seen Facade add the dreadlock to his arsenal.
True.
But that's certainly more of an upper body attack.
I mean, we know he has the ability, it's just not what he normally favors.
There's a cover. And perhaps that's a situation that Jimmy Rave has necessitated with how he has approached his offense. And that, to me, gives the advantage to the young veteran.
Yeah, I gotta say, Jimmy Rave looks a little flustered. Is flustered the right term?
I would say so. And could you imagine that long drive back to Atlanta for Jimmy Rave? 9 years and who knows how many hundreds of miles to get up here if he is unsuccessful in the first round. But then again, imagine if Facade gets taken out of this moment he's been waiting for 7 months. Right at Jump Street. Rave just trying to get inside the head of Facade. And now this matchup opening up a little more.
Oh, we know Facade likes to use those kicks. Wondering when he would start uncorking those.
Jeez! Facade unloading here. And you could hear that hard impact.
Oh.
Rave, step ahead. And Facade goes springboard! Over top with a helo, but man, Facade landed hard as well.
Both guys down.
Rave is hurt.
Yeah, you can see not much behind the eyes of Rave there.
No, faraway look from Jimmy Rave, and great to see Facade just get back to his feet. Facade gonna shrug it off. We've seen him crash and burn before in those high-risk maneuvers. You're never gonna have 100% accuracy when you take those kind of risks.
Very true.
But this one seemed to have done more good than bad for the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin. The Aerial Assassin in that juncture gets 2.5.
10 minutes gone by in this contest. 10 minutes.
Oh, and Facade. Oh, looking for a German there.
And connects with a spin kick. Winner of this matchup to face the winner of Bobby Fish and Extreme Tiger a little bit later on in the night.
Nice kick.
Could do it, no.
Didn't really have him hooked. Was just hoping his own body weight on top of Rave would keep him down, and it didn't hold it. You have to believe that he does not want this to go long.
Wait a second, Facade going for the dreadlock. He signaled for it, and Rave knew impending doom was near. Oh, check that out! Rave drops down into the submission, into the crossface, multiple revolutions, no way to counter.
I don't know.
Oh, look at how deeply he's torquing back on the neck. He pulled back so hard on Facade's own neck.
Oh.
Rave's own shoulders were flat on the mat. He almost pinned himself. Another pinning attempt gets through.
And he barely got out of that one. Clearly, the crossface knee combo had the desired effect. Now is not the time for Jimmy Rave to be catching a breath. Stay on top of Facade.
Rave just contorting Facade. Unbelievable.
Especially after you can tell Facade landed hard on his back with that helo. I'm surprised that he did not tap out. I will be honest there.
Rave hurt his own hand on that strike. That shows you the intensity he's battling with. And now we're back on the outside. Oh my God. Well, this could end this thing. Pile driver? You kidding me?
Facade battling his way out.
Oh! Thrust kick! Rave is teetering on the apron. Again, that faraway look returns.
Both men at 7.
Well, if we got a double count out, then somebody's getting a bye. And Rave drops down on Facade and then breaks the count. And that STO-like takedown, Facade drops on the edge of that ring. Metal meets wood at a point and no padding.
Very true. It's the worst place to fall in a ring. We're at halfway home, and Facade is hasn't even rolled over the whole way.
And this win will count for Jimmy Rave. He'll move on. The crowd supporting Facade. They want to see him continue to fight, and he will.
9.5. He took advantage of every bit of that 10 count.
Unbelievable. You know, Facade was driven on by his past several months in this company, fighting to reclaim what many say should have never been taken from him. Jimmy Rave certainly has other ideas, scaling to the top. Nowhere to land that feels good here. Facade hanging on for dear life. Rave is down. Facade on top, get a tightrope walk. Oh, we got caught. Jackknife pin.
No,
reversal.
Missed the knee. Oh!
Got the win position. Facade victorious.
Here is your winner and moving on to the second round, Facade.
He got the leg hooked and got all of his weight and Jimmy Wave's right up over Rave's shoulders. A good win for Facade.
Perfect roll-up situation for Facade there. Stuck Jimmy Rave up on his shoulders, able to get the 3 count, and Facade, right now, technically at the moment, he is on that highest rung out of everybody here tonight, because he's the only one, other than the champion, guaranteed to head into that second round bracketing.
Like I said, my pick, I'm 100% accurate every year.
And poor Jimmy Rave, 9 years to get back. His dreams on this night have been crushed. But Facade has a chance to reclaim the championship here tonight.
The following opening round matchup in the Super Indy XII tournament is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, he weighs in at 207 pounds, wrestling out of Saratoga Springs, New York, representing Team Big Wing. He is one half of the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions,
Well, in Ring of Honor, Bobby Fish is one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, where he teams with the ambassador of Kick Your Asseter, Kyle O'Reilly, someone who not very popular around these parts.
No.
However, Bobby Fish, certainly very popular and unpopular, it would seem. The Round Eye Samurai has gold in Ring of Honor, but does not have gold here, and here, that's all that counts.
And his opponent. He weighs in at 70 kilos, wrestling out of Tijuana, Mexico. He's the international wrestling superstar, Extreme Tiger!
What a treat this is going to be to see Extreme Tiger from the AAA promotion based in Mexico. 32 years of age, another young veteran, also a 15-year pro, started at age 17, trained by the original Rey Mysterio, the uncle of the WWE superstar. Extreme Tiger has been nicknamed Gato Suicido, suicidal cat in English, because of the risks he takes in the ring. I know from my sources, Extreme Tiger is very hungry to expand his U.S. resume, and the Super Indy Championship would be the perfect way to do it.
Very true. A great way to get yourself noticed here within the Continental 48.
And a great opponent to beat has Extreme Tiger drawn in the first round if he wants to make headlines. Not only could Bobby Fish be a favorite in my estimation to win the Super Indy tournament, also a World's Tag Team Champion. Not to mention his political ties. Part of Team Big League with John McChesney and Nuts and Brooks, and of course, executive consultant Norm Connors, who is here tonight, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Norm is who started Super Indy.
He's also the guy that attempted to kill it some years back, if you remember.
Well, you know, Dr. Frankenstein had to try and kill his monster.
Well, Super Indy wasn't roaming the countryside trying to murder people. That's a different scenario.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Bobby Fish and
You only see it once a year.
Extreme Tiger with a tight go-behind on Fish. Fish tried to escape amateur style, multiple attempts, couldn't do it, had to go to the ropes. My point being, I appreciate and respect Norm for all of his many, many contributions to IWC throughout the years.
Amen.
But I don't agree with some of the situations he set up.
Why do you have to qualify everything, Joe?
Because one of those situations is tonight in our Team Big League tag match with Shulo and Dalton Castle. We'll tell you all about that a little bit later on. But right now, Bobby Fish needs to regroup. Fish has experience in the Japanese style with Pro Wrestling Noah. Not sure how much experience he has in the lucha style.
Not to interrupt you, but to translate, he said, tights, no more, please.
All right, well, trying to communicate. But Farnsworth, you certainly study various different cultures and styles in professional wrestling. How would you compare and contrast the Japanese style that Fish is used to the lucha style of Extreme Tiger?
Well, you know, they have the same base. Tiger Mask originally, one of the people who really brought this style of Japanese wrestling to the forefront, originally trained in Mexico.
Check out the lightning fast speed.
So there is a common bond, but the Japanese style tends to focus more on hard strikes and more throws, whereas the lucha style has stayed quicker with a lot more aerial.
So this is going to depend on pacing as to who's going to have this advantage.
Absolutely, I would agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
Well, right now, Extreme Tiger just tried to quicken that pace, and notice Fish on the outside trying to slow things down. Certainly, he didn't learn stalling in the Japanese dojos.
Well, you never know. He might have.
And Extreme Tiger like a bat out of hell immediately. And Fish tried to responding kind and got caught. Extreme Tiger going high risk early perhaps, and Fish just pushed the official in the way.
Smart move.
That's not what Super Indy is about.
Yes, it is. It is all about winning the Super Indy title.
Gosh.
Top rope dragon screw.
Yeah. And then a cover. And if wrenching the knee from an angle wasn't enough, just that landing from, 5, 6, 7 feet in the air, not going to do Extreme Tiger any favors. And very, very intelligent maneuver of Fish to attempt to ground Extreme Tiger by taking out that knee. Certainly, you can't run a mile a minute like Tiger's been doing on only one wheel.
Yeah, very smart move by Fish. That is why he is the international superstar that he is. If you can't find a weakness, you make a weakness.
Certainly can't argue with that assessment.
And Fish, wrenching and slamming that leg back down, staying on target. Not letting go of that knee, not letting Tiger get away.
Near fall there. Tiger gets his foot onto the ropes. Great ring positioning, ring presence by Extreme Tiger. That shows you how much Fish has taken out of Tiger here early.
And I don't know if you just heard what Fish yelled, but he said he's taken out the wheel.
Down with a senton. Nicely done. Driving all the air out of Tiger as well. Cover, near fall.
I should point out, shades of
gone by this contest, 5 minutes.
Thank you, Pedro. Shades of Eddie Guerrero there. Perhaps Bobby Fish showing Extreme Tiger. He has a little knowledge of the world he comes from.
Let's bring up another name that was very well traveled in both these styles. Certainly Ultimo Dragon would have to be mentioned in the list as far as the contrast and the bridging of the Japanese and Mexican cultures.
Absolutely.
And huge height. Wrenching the leg going up and planning it coming down.
The long and the short of it is the more varied
cover here could have him. No.
That you get to experience and see, the better a wrestler you become. If you can adapt to someone's Lancashire versus someone's Pancrase versus someone's ProRes, all the while you know Lucha, then you have an advantage over the person who just knows Southern,
Absolutely. Well, that's why people that were such world traveled in their younger years, like Chris Jericho and of course the late Eddie Guerrero, were so revered and so widely respected. William Regal, so on and so forth. Both these men following that path, and Extreme Tiger path straight to nowhere in that exchange, planted down back of the head first on the suplex. Cover 2, near fall.
Also on that mask, the original Tiger mask, Sayama, who wrestled Mexico, Canada, the United States, and Japan, amongst other places.
Split crowd here this evening, and certainly they respect these athletes for their abilities, for their talents, for daring to enter something as arduous as Super Indy, which can really take such a toll on your body. And Extreme Tiger, just like that, turning things around. And
look at this!
Almost like a horizontal version of a Gory special combined with a leg grapevine. Fish trying to headbutt the back of the head of Tiger.
I was going to go with a Gory special combined with a Muda lock.
Great call. Fish trying to turn it around.
But his leg's still stuck. There we go.
Tiger still had that step over toe hold for a moment, but the grasp broken, but the damage done as Fish feeling the after effects of Extreme Tiger. And we're just in the first round, and already we've seen such amazing exchanges back and forth between these athletes. Cannot wait to see who's left standing at the end. Every year, Super Indy, the field gets so much more wide open compared to last year.
Look at the speed of Extreme Tiger there.
And there's a great example of it. Split leg, the corkscrew leg drop. How do you prepare for that near fall?
You don't get hit originally, I guess.
Extreme Tiger, a two-time Cruiserweight champion, two-time World's Tag Team champion down in the AAA promotion. And certainly AAA, probably the most widely known worldwide as far as Mexican organizations, at least in the modern era.
It's AAA and CMLL.
There's the backbreaker, tilt-a-whirl style. Fish could have him, though.
And Extreme Tiger has definitely made his mark within AAA, as you were saying.
And Fish, I think he's getting a little bit impatient here.
Well, Fish understands the longer any of these matches go, the worse off it is for him.
Fish is the only takedown again by Extreme Tiger into another submission. No pinning combination. Traps the shoulders, got him. Extreme Tiger pulls it out. And I gotta consider that, even with all the hype surrounding Extreme Tiger, gotta call it a minor upset because the only horse in the race for Team Big League is out of the picture.
Very true. You gotta wonder what the rest of Team Big League thinks. I gotta say, Tiger there looked like he was going for a form of La Mystica, and then when he landed, he just kept moving and just ended up in that hitting combination. I don't know that Fish realized what was going on until he was getting stacked up.
As the rest of Team Big League prepares to neutralize Shulo and Castle later tonight, Bobby Fish falls without the help of the Empire. But Bobby Fish has not departed. And even though Fish is not very well liked due to his association. Oh, come on!
You know who likes him even less now?
Well, I was going to make a comparison to the Code of Honor and how he knows all about respect, but that's out the window.
I'll tell you, he won't be getting a Christmas card from Extreme Tiger's little gaditas, if you know what I mean.
Be that as it may, it's Extreme Tiger, and it's Facade. Semi-final round action later tonight.
Is a special fatal four-way scheduled for one fall. It is a second chance to advance in the Super Indy XII. Introducing first, he weighs in at 192 pounds, wrestling out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Here is Country Jack Gory Hollis.
Corey Hollis, one half of Alabama Attitude down south with Mike Posey, defeated in a Super Indy Qualifier by Kyle Matthews. We got 4 men who were defeated in Super Indy Qualifiers, and that means they're hungry. One of them will get the last seed in Super Indy tonight. The daunting task is they'll draw Tony Nese in the second round. They'll get a bye from the first, but it's really not a bye when you factor they have to get through here.
Introducing combatant number 2. He weighs in at 235 pounds, wrestling out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here is H.D. Hammett.
And we saw Justin Idol at the top of the broadcast, a man that refused an IWC contract a few months ago after he had passed the test of defeating the members of Team Big League at the time. Idol had second thoughts about contesting for future competition here in IWC. Because he felt slighted that Chuck Roberts put him through the ringer, and now here to support and be loyal to one of his training students, H.D. Hammett. I think that's admirable for Justin. Strickland in one of the most unorthodox qualifying matchups ever. We saw the ring darn near fall apart.
Lost the top rope on that.
And for two high-flying stars, that could have been disastrous as far as their match strategy in order to win. But both men adjusted, arguably stole the show. One man advanced and one man has a second chance. Meanwhile, HD Canada, we saw enter a moment ago, he was defeated by Andrew Palace, who was the surrogate for Bobby Fish.
And introducing the final combatant. He weighs in at 221 pounds, defending Youngstown, Ohio. Here is the man made for prime time, Rayne.
Mike Rayne was undefeated for a number of months here in IWC until he challenged Super Indy champion Tony Nese, was narrowly defeated, and also dropped a subsequent qualifying matchup to Gory. And anyone who's defeated by Gory, I think it is an accomplishment just to survive that matchup intact. So Mike Rayne, we're going to get back on the comeback trail on the winning track in this four-way battle.
And let's be honest, let's get back on track and all, but really, let's also say there might be a little taste for some gold here.
Without a doubt. Now these four men, just like everybody in the tournament except Tony Nese, will have to win 3 matches to get to the end of the road.
The only difference being that their first match is a four-way dance.
It certainly, needless to say, decreases your odds of winning. Alabama Jack, Corey Hollis getting in the face of HD Cannon.
Oh, getting in everyone's face.
Not sure if I necessarily agree with that. Well, he pays for it. I don't think making yourself an enemy of the other 3 men right away was the best first strategy.
I agree, but at the same time, it's not like you're going to make friends with them. Oh! Cannon, smart move. Well, Rayne's not looking to pop him in the head a good one. 450 hanging back. Let the other guys fight. Conserve your energy.
Smart. And right to the knee of HD Cannon. Smart maneuver there.
Oh!
As 450 picks his spot. 450, the native of Puerto Rico. Picture-perfect drop kick as Rayne comes back.
And now Cannon outside of the ring, idle attending to him as Hollis picks him up. I assume there's no count out.
I think that's a judgment call.
Well, at least we have 2 guys out, there's no count at the moment.
And huge elevation on Rayne. We got 3 guys out now, and I don't think 450 will be in that ring for long. .450 gonna fly. Springboard acai moonsault.
450, the only one up to his feet. Oh! Pulls up Hollis and delivers a good chop right to the old chesticles.
Even Justin Idol felt that one at ringside. He's running away from that action.
I don't blame him. Just in case he accidentally uncorks one, may as well not be in blast radius, know what I'm saying?
Idol, former Super Indy finalist in his own right. Super Indy 8, if I remember correctly.
No water in the pool there.
Well, Hollis is quick. He's resourceful.
He's smart enough to stay on top of him.
I consider Corey one of the most underrated athletes right now in professional wrestling. He's traveled all across this country. He's competed in so many major promotions, but really doesn't have that buzz. And again, goes back to it once again, a victory here at Super Indy, especially every victory, changed that overnight.
Very true.
I think any of these 4 men could represent very well as Super Indy finalists or champions.
You have to believe, You have to believe that Mike Rayne and HD are just sort of biding their time on this one. We saw HD get up to the ring and get kicked down, but you don't see him in a hurry to get back into the ring. Rest up, conserve your strength.
Not a lot of fans impressed with Hollis's jacked up chopping skills. 450. Gonna show him how it's done. That one connected.
I felt that one.
And you make a great point, Farnsworth, about recouping on the outside. This is certainly one fall, however, so you can be defeated without being in the ring.
You got to pay attention not just to your opponent, but to the other two people.
Head garment goes flying, and with the impact, the 450 was draped across that top rope. Great illustration there as Hollis just plants 450 straight down. Shulo hairstyle to make a dated reference.
What now?
Shades of Sean O'Hare.
Wait, is he a rabbit?
Hollis ascending to the top turnbuckle.
I'm thinking of Bucky O'Hare.
High risk here. Alabama Davis, but caught.
Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
We got 450. We got Mike Rayne. All on top. Corey Hollis as well. All four men here at high risk. HD Cannon. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Huge impact, everybody down.
5 minutes gone by in this contest. 5 minutes.
Man, what does Super Indy mean to these athletes? All four men could have been wiped out permanently. Could have had their careers come to an end. HD, the first to his feet, he was on the bottom of that Tower of Doom. He's the one that felt the effects. Hollis gets the foot up. And HD plants Hollis down with a spine buster. We got a cover. We got 2.5. And HD, who's had some major victories lately. He beat Denny Gregory, and that is no simple feat. Gregory, the most experienced and decorated in IWC history. That's a career-making win. He's had some count-out wins over John McChesney, and now looking to finish off. He's got Hollis overhead. And taking out that knee. Keep in mind, Farnsworth, that knee was damaged earlier on by Mike Rayne. Modified, reverse neck breaker.
Across the back, interesting. Not to use a cliche term, but unique offense there. Oh!
And speaking of Mike Rayne, we haven't seen him in a while, but he's going to reintroduce himself. There you go. Hollis at 450 noticed just soon enough to do nothing.
Mike Rayne, like I said, you pick your opportunity to get back in the ring. You picked a good one. He's the only one standing strong right now. You had to pull HD Cannon up to his feet. You might be regretting that at this point.
Rayne and it's HD. But Hollis from behind, and the momentum sends both men tumbling to the outside. God, awkward landing. Hollis sees 450 charging in. Right to the top of the head.
Tried to stop it.
He's got a top rope to work with this time. Will we see the namesake? 450 and forget about it. Super Indy bound.
Here is your winner, and moving on to the semifinals to take on Tony Nese, Mr. 450.
You saw him look up, and then it just all became automatic. That 450 in the pen. A good win by Mr. 450.
And you saw him motion toward the waist. He wants that Super Indy Championship. And right now, he is in the hunt. The field of 10. Well, I'm not saying it was complete, but 2 eliminations already. We're down to 8. Tony Nese coming up in the semis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here with the man who created Super Indy, the executive consultant of Team Big League, Norm Connors, and the rest of Team Big League. Now, Norm, it was just on IWC Aftershock a few weeks ago where you guaranteed us that Bobby Fish was going to win the Super Indy tournament. Well, he didn't even make it out of the first round.
I hate you. I hate you. Hold the sign up. Stand there and hold the sign up so it doesn't fall.
Super Indy, baby! What's up, everybody?
Please hold your applause until the end of the promo. Thank you very much. First things last. Tonight's the night that Team Big League rids the IWC of Logan, Shulo, and the Party Peacock Dalton Castle. I've got my men here. I've got Nuts, I've got Brooks, and I've got the IWC Heavyweight Champion, John McChesney. Hey, if you know me, you know Norm Connors, you know I love nuts. What? All right. You're right. Tonight, honestly, we don't have to do much because those two goofballs don't even get along anyway. So guys, take it a little bit easy. And I got a special surprise to tell you about. But to answer your question, Mr. Hold the Sign Up, man, you look like a cross between Bobby the Brain Heenan and Howdy Doody. Bobby Fish lost to one heck of an athlete and Extremely Tiger. And you've got to give it to him, he did great. But 2 weeks ago in Texas, Bobby Fish took out Ray Rowe. I hate him too. He darn near broke his leg. And Ray, if you ever want to come to Elizabeth to court time, to do something about it, you're welcome to this building anytime you want. But you know what? Leave that slut wife of yours at home.
I have 47 text messages in the last hour from her, Norm.
Sam, no matter how many times you text John, no matter how many times you text me, you're not gonna meet Pitbull. And boys, here's a surprise. After we win tonight, after we get rid of Logan, Shulo, and Dalton Castle, we're flying to Vegas, baby. The jet's warmed up, Kesha's meeting us there. Pitbull may even stop by, but not for you, Sam. So guys, fans out there, get ready. You can applaud now because Team Big League's coming your way very, very soon.
Wrestling out of Atlanta, Georgia, here is Kyle Matthews.
Kyle Matthews defeated Corey Hollis at Night of Superstars. As you see, the Fit Finley-inspired ring jacket of Mr. Kyle Matthews. Kyle has made a lot of waves for himself, not just in the International Wrestling Cartel, but in Ring of Honor as well, where he had a very competitive matchup with another man familiar with IWC, Michael Elgin. And certainly, you hang with Elgin, you done something. Kyle Matthews looking to make a big statement here in Super Indy tonight. All the way from Georgia, he has come to compete, but he has a test that really can't even be called human.
And his opponent.
Well, we know that Gory's been invited here to compete. I'm not sure that he officially works here. I'm not sure that he has a contract. I'm not sure he... And there he is! Gory! No music, no pageantry, no fanfare. Just out of the darkness and into the light.
Normally, evil scurries out of the light. Gory scurries to it from the darkness. That should worry you.
Gory is going to embrace the light here tonight because with that light could come the Super Indy Championship. Gory has been in more Super Indy tournaments than anybody in the history of Super Indy. This is his 6th.
He knows what's involved. He knows what it takes. And even if it's not a Super Indy tournament. He knows what he's doing right now, as much as his mind can function to know what he is doing. I think at this point he's sort of running on blind rage.
And that's rage toward the entire international wrestling cartel. That's rage towards Facade, who was a former tag team partner of Gory. Rage towards the fact that Gory's only Super Indy title reign in the near 9 years he's been here lasted an hour and a half. Rage over the fact that Facade was really the one who springboarded into superstardom out of their tag team.
Yeah, but you're listing all the logical reasons. I don't know that there's that much logic behind it anymore. I think there's rage because it rained this week. I think there's rage because he is wrestling. There's rage because he wasn't just given the title. Rage because he doesn't want to just be given the title. Everything angers him at this point.
Gory has picked apart countless victims for these random assaults, these mistings, the blinding, searing pain in the eyes he's delivered to men like Logan Shulo, Mike Rayne.
He has his, I'm sorry, not to cut you off there, but he had his hand over his mouth to try, as a way of stopping that submission hold. He was sort of smothering him out. They got him to break the hold.
He meaning whom?
He meaning Kyle Matthews.
And Gory and Kyle Matthews have history because Gory randomly attacked Kyle Matthews at Night of Superstars after that qualifying matchup. Gory has just picked off victims one by one without much rhyme or reason, and it's come back to haunt him here in the Super Indy first round draw.
I don't know that it's haunting him. I hate to say it, but I don't know that he has a conscience to worry about what he's done and how anyone feels about it.
Nice satellite head scissors by Kyle, another young veteran, voted by the Cauliflower Alley Club to receive the Future Legend Award this past year.
Oh!
Gee.
Oh! You want to know how to make a good forearm to the head even more powerful? Have the guy run at you when you do it.
Yeah, nowhere to go there. Kyle's own momentum was against him as Gory springs in with a drop kick. Gory makes everything count. Cover, well, barely found too. What Gory really specializes at, better than anybody else, is using what body weight he does have as an offensive weapon.
He knows how to convert potential energy into kinetic energy. To drop a little science on you there, Joe.
Well, it's very, very accurate. Gory just loves to study the best way to hurt people. That's what it boils down to.
And I kind of got to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Gory took the whole thing.
Well, here's my question. Can Gory play by the rules long enough to win the Super Indy Championship? I have no doubt that he's one of the toughest to beat, but could Gory beat himself? Keep in mind, he vanished from this organization for 6 months, and we're still not even sure why or how, and he came back running in through the crowd, manipulating the lights, manipulating these just everybody's psyches. And there's the great example of Gory using that body weight to his advantage. Gory is, not to use a cliche, but he is a loose cannon. He is very, very unstable. And again, that is not, as we have a cover in the ring for Barely 2 once more, that's not the usual makeup of Super Indy. Certainly he stands out and has an advantage because of that fact. But is Gory going to play by the rules?
The truth is, I don't know. I don't think that this is really about the Super Indy tournament. I don't know that he lusts for the belt.
Cover 2 and no reversal here, back and forth.
I think he just wants to make sure that no one else has the belt. He wants to hurt people by making sure they don't become title holders. If he holds the title, I don't know that matters to him.
I think that's a great assessment. I think that's been the MO of Gory in general for quite some time. I'm not sure if that's the case or not for this particular tournament, because Gory has certainly been somebody who's been thick in the running every single year. Oh, and I think he's come back with something to prove. The elbow gets 2. Because keep in mind, right before Facade won that Super Indy Championship, the most recent time, it was Gory that defeated Facade inside a steel cage.
Very true, very true.
5 minutes gone by this contest.
frankly, he defeated them and then disappeared for a bit. He came back even more psychotic. You would think a certain measure of revenge would have helped on something like that, maybe been cathartic. Oh, no, just gasoline on the fire, it turned out.
And maybe it was that continued brooding hatred toward Facade that motivated Gory to return when he did and insert himself directly into the Super Indy title picture because he interrupted. Oh, man. Huge drop. He interrupted that title matchup between Logan, Shulo, and Tony Nese.
Now Kyle looking to fly again. Didn't work last time.
Whoa! Heat-seeking missile to the outside. Kyle was all momentum, all impact there.
He didn't fly into Gory, he flew through him.
Kyle Matthews, mentored for so many years down in Georgia by the late great Nightmare Ted Allen. You see the tattoo on one of the shoulders of Kyle throughout the duration of this contest. Kyle's learned a lot. Whoa! Crossbody. 2-end near fall.
Didn't quite land. It looked like Gory at the last minute attempted to sidestep. He didn't quite land it the way he wanted to. He may have gotten 3 had he hit full body to body on that.
And I think Kyle Matthews has participated in more big-name tournaments in pro wrestling than any other individual I can think of over the past, as another near fall by Gory. Any other athlete I can think of over the past couple of years, the Elite 8 tournament in Indiana, the Super 8 in Delaware, the CZW, best of the best, I do believe. It seems like anytime there's a big tournament, Kyle Matthews' name is on the bill. But can he win a big one? That one has yet to be determined.
Well, he's on his way tonight. Whoa.
Springboard, and into the thrust kick. Gory folded up. Got him, no.
Wow. And it takes a lot of strength to be able to push yourself off the mat with your legs folded underneath you like that. It's been a long time since I've been on a wrestling mat or a wrestling ring, but
jeez!
But I remember that.
Face first, got him, Kyle Matthews. A flatliner with some extra torque behind it. Shades of the old Alex Shelley shell shock, and that's won a Super Indy tournament matchup a time or two.
Look at you pulling from the Wayback Machine.
There you go. Alex Shelley dominated Super Indy one year till the finals. Super Indy 3. Not a bad influence. Tombstone, countered.
Oh, and we've seen this from Gory.
And he's going to turn it into trepidation. A Gory specialty. And Gory's made it out of the first round.
The winner and moving on to the semifinals, Gory.
Gory is victorious. He makes his way to Super Indy second round, something he's had a lot of difficulty doing in the past. Gory has his chance tonight. Will he meet up with Facade? Who will he meet up with? We'll find out in the second round, coming up next. I'm looking forward to
And his opponent.
An individual who is certainly making his second appearance.
He weighs in at 195 pounds, wrestling out of Tacoma, Washington. Here is a new flavor, Shane Strickland.
I'm sorry, isn't this normally your entrance music, Joe?
Please, you think I would get entrance music?
Funky Joe Dombrowski? I'm pretty sure I've seen you strut down that ramp once or twice to this.
Shane Strickland, the new flavor, victorious over Mr. 450 in his qualifying matchup. That's the matchup where we saw the demise of our top rope here recently, as I'm joined now by an extremely special guest, as this commentary table, now Jimmy Rave approved.
What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm excited to be here. That first round was a fluke for me.
Well, absolutely was. Took you 9 years to get back here, and certainly not the way you expected it to go down, but we're happy to have you here to add some analysis. We talked about how much of a young veteran you are, and these are two young men who, as I just mentioned to Mr. Farnsworth a moment ago, are just starting to break out in their professional wrestling careers and now breaking out into a dance move.
They're very good at it, too. I've never seen so many great moves. Tonight was the first night I met Shane, and I think he's got a really, really good, bright future ahead of him. It reminds me a lot of myself.
Why are you trying to do serious analysis during a Carlton Banks dance? Give me a break.
This is either going to go very well from here or very much downhill. You know, like after a Carlton dance, you're either going to go very well or going downhill.
For best Carlton Banks I've seen since AJ Styles in England in 06.
You should have seen AJ Styles 3 weeks ago in his hotel room, but
it could mean a lot of things, and thankfully AJ's wife is not an IWC fan, because that can be interpreted very negatively. Be that as it may, ACH stands for attitude, charisma, and heart. He certainly embodies that.
What it heart? Was the last one H?
Yes.
Good.
Shane Strickland calls himself the king of the swerve. I always thought that was your buddy Vince Russo. ACH, following the code of honor, Ring of Honor standout, had a matchup recently in San Antonio, Texas against his hero, Jay Lethal. Certainly learned a lot from that.
And then he dupes him into a headlock? That's not a code of honor.
No, it's not. Well, it's all about winning. Agree with it or not. We saw Bobby Fish do much more unscrupulous things a bit earlier. Control the head, control the body, as Gordon Solie used to say. Winner of this matchup will be opposing Gory in the semifinal round. Gory, a very animalistic, brooding, dark, and evil individual. May need to see you during your 9 to 5 once in a while and get that reformed.
I hear you. I was very impressed with his match with Kyle Matthews. I thought that he really brought his A game.
Absolutely did. Gory, more experienced in Super Indies than anybody else. This is his 6th, and we'll see more of him later tonight. ACH, amazing balance. I don't know if I've seen an athlete on the scene today as fluid as ACH, but Shane Strickland may make me eat my words as he takes over. ACH with the head scissors. Sidestep and backflip back into the ring. Good grief. Pace quickens, and that's it. Jimmy Rave, you've competed with a lot of men who are faster than you, fly higher than you. You've always been more of a ground-based competitor in a lot of your offense. How do you slow down a guy that you can't even catch?
Usually if you poke him in the eye.
Okay.
Or hit him on the throat. Those are two of my go-tos.
Okay.
But I mean, these guys are just so athletic, and like, it reminds me a lot of 2002, like Red and Low Key, when they would have those amazing counter after counter matches, and then the fact that they just have a great amount of charisma to them, like. the world is they've got a great opportunity
certainly.
in pro wrestling.
It's all about potential, and these two have mountains of it. They have everything it takes. They have the complete package, and certainly, again, when you encounter somebody that's dancing like that and certainly being very unorthodox, it could be a psych-out tactic and throw you off of your strategy once that bell rings.
You know, one
Again, Grace, one felt swoop, one solid motion up and down with a takeover. Strickland has gotten the cut of his jib down in combat zone wrestling. Certainly very dangerous atmosphere.
I spent many years. I was a former Ironman champion in combat zone pro wrestling, and so I know the competition that they have there, and ACH is competing for a Ring of Honor, and I spent a great deal of my career there also, and so.
Oh my gosh! And notice ACH makes his target behind Shane Strickland. It's all Impact coming through, and he's doing it in style. And I guess he's a Pirates fan. Crossbody! 2-1, no, near fall. Well, the Pirates haven't had much offense the past 20 years or so, but ACH putting him in the spotlight.
These guys are reminding me a lot about another former IWC competitor, Cole Cabano, where he used his entertainment value to really throw people off their game. A lot of us get into the ring and we're all business, and then when you get in there with somebody so unorthodox, it's very hard to determine what's coming next.
And really the only question is, with how evenly matched both these men are in pretty much every department, is that going to cancel one another out in this exchange? Two men who certainly want to make their name. You win Super Indy, you get on the radar. You win Super Indy, you're guaranteed a return trip here to IWC. We've seen it happen with men in the past, like Chris Sabin, like Delirious, like Jerry Lynn, guys who are in and out as guest appearances, as you were tonight, Mr. Rave. But once they win Super Indy, you see a lot more of them. And there's a cover here too. I know we've also seen
5 minutes gone by in this contest. 5 minutes.
We've also seen a lot of homegrown talents like John McChesney, Sterling James Keenan, now known as Corey Graves, rise to the occasion. Certainly Gory and Facade have grown up through Super Indy. The current Zima Ion in TNA. The innovator of Super Indy, Super Hentai, as ACH gets to. It's a springboard, it's a catapult for bigger and better things. There's nobody that's won Super Indy and hasn't excelled at a higher level because of it, indirectly or directly.
I totally agree, and I've wrestled almost everybody you've put on that list of names, and oh my goodness, you can tell it's it's not all fun and games right now. They're slugging it out.
Oh!
I would take a powder at that point.
And there's ACH with a swerve or two. And Strickland responds. Yeah, the song and dance is about done right now. It's time to fight it out. And showing this is not all comic relief for these gentlemen. They came out here looking to have a good time and entertain, but the bottom line is victory. The bottom line is getting the gold around your waist and making sure you can be back here to entertain for many months to come.
But this is a great flurry.
And Strickland just unloading, holding his own here. You got to give credit. You got to give a slight advantage here to ACH. It looks like he has got more muscle mass on his frame. But he can also move. Strickland, step ahead!
There you go.
ACH's momentum working against him in that exchange. What a battle we are seeing here. And again, we're just in the first round. We got a long way to go. Still haven't seen the reigning champion Tony Nese compete. We've got what'll one day be an international dream match if it's not already Facade and Extreme Tiger. And Gory to take on somebody. ACH in control at the moment. Gonna show some of that heart, but got cut off at the pass. I don't think Strickland got all of that blow, but got enough to send ACH to the outside. And ACH a step ahead. Strickland doesn't notice till he's too late. And ACH elevates himself with a helo.
I have not seen that before. Did he just high-five the shoe?
Nothing would surprise me anymore with the way this matchup and this broadcast has gone so far. ACH entertaining a whole new degree, whole new area of fans, and Strickland hits the post. And it's important to note, Jimmy, that those posts are not rounded. They have sharp metal edges that'll dig into your body as you collide with them. Referee administering the 10 count here.
Now, Joe, like I know you know a lot more about this than I do. Like this is both of their first times, if I'm not mistaken, here on IWC.
Well, Strickland's debut was our last event here where we qualified over Mr. 450. ACH was announced as an invitee. This is ACH's debut, Strickland's second appearance.
Okay, great.
So both men are looking to get on the map and establish themselves. Both men are new to the territory, and both men want to make sure they're brought back to the area time and again.
I hear you. Crowd strictly like right behind ACH.
Well, that respect, certainly ACH has been, I get the slight edge to ACH so far in this contest. Strickland earned everybody's respect when he beat Mr. 450 without a top rope last time. ACH up and over Strickland, now up and over in a different way, trying to trap the shoulders, duck out of the drop kick into a sunset flip flawlessly for two.
Goodness. I thought he had him there.
That takes split-second timing, and Strickland drops down, axe kick. Good grief, we thought Bobby Fish would be the definitive striker of this tournament, but we're being proven otherwise. No offense to Mr. Fish. Electric chair coming up into a modified low blow.
That's it.
Gotta be the
Oh
goal.
my.
And there's some of that heart.
10 minutes gone by in this contest, 10 minutes.
We are witnessing two superstars on the rise. And this matchup may be talked about for many years to come. Both men trying to battle here. ACH hanging on for dear life with the ankle of Strickland, trying to prevent him from attempting to go in for the kill.
What do you think he's going for here?
Well, Shane Strickland, there's no telling. There's so many different variables of Strickland's offense. And with ACH prone, and that's the thing. Again, I have not seen Strickland before with a top rope, so this could be anything. Duck underneath is ACH. Up with a kick right to the side of the head.
Oh my goodness.
Jumping into the cutter. ACH. Ball. What are these men going to have left in the second round?
This is a real treat for the fans of Pittsburgh.
ACH measuring Strickland. Maybe ready to finish this thing off in his own right. Double underhook. Oh, Strickland could sense it coming. Sense impending doom. Strickland drop down, break the grasp, and that discus forearm. Dazes Strickland, but is enough for ACH to go to the top. Keep in mind, so much has been taken out of both these men at a feverish pace for so long, and Strickland trips up ACH. My God, both guys running out of gas, and these guys are in excellent shape. That's a testament to the pace they've been battling at.
They've gone full force the whole time.
ACH trying to knot up the thigh muscle of Strickland, but bounces right back.
Oh my goodness.
A second to non-vertical leap. ACH standing on the second rope, still got hit in the head.
Superplex.
From way up high.
Oh.
Super Falcon Arrow. And
That
couldn't do it.
Do it. Oh my gosh.
It's like we've been talking about all night. Every year, the field keeps getting more competitive.
The winner of this, you said, has Gory, right?
Absolutely will.
This is going to be to Gory's advantage, I think.
Well, Gory may just be picking bones at that point. Trading of super kicks.
There you go. Roll him up.
Get all that weight position on the roll-up like we saw earlier with Facade. But ACH going to counter. Second time going for that underhook.
Is it Tiger Driver?
Maybe looking to package him up here. We'll see. Up and over and plants him head first. Assisted brainbuster got the win.
Here is your winner moving on to the semifinals, ACH.
What do you think, Jimmy? What are the odds of ACH going all the way?
ACH is my top pick right now.
And that says certainly a lot. That's a high endorsement because you certainly know firsthand what Facade has brought to the table here tonight.
Yeah, I really want to see that match too. Facade, ACH.
We could see them encounter in the finals. We'll see, but ACH has to deal with Gory first. Coming up in the semifinal round. But up next, we're going to kick off that second round. We're going to take a look at the reigning Super Indy champion. Jimmy Rave, what's your opinion very quickly on Anthony Nese?
Anthony Nese is an amazing specimen. My limited time around him, I just have been in awe of his athletic paralysis, and like he's very dedicated and hardworking, and I think that he's somebody that you really have to watch out for.
But you talk about dedication, you talk about hard work, the respect these fans are showing, the standing ovation for both of these athletes, certainly indicative of what this night is all about. Tony Nese, we know he's taking on Mr. 450. That's coming up in just a moment as Super Indy 12 continues.
It's my honor to bring to the ring for a live edition of Chair Shot Reality. Please make welcome Mr. Justin LeBar.
Chair Shot Reality, a popular online talk show on WrestleZone.com featuring famed WCW commentator and self-proclaimed super genius Mark Madden. Justin LeBar has been helping promote Super Indy for the past couple of weeks on Chair Shot Reality. IWC actually is sponsor of Mark Madden on that programming. Justin LeBar is wearing a leather jacket in the middle of summer on his way out to host a live edition of Chair Shot Reality. I know LeBar very well. I had a chance to work with him for the past several years up in Cleveland. And mixed reaction for LeBar, much as in Cleveland and much of anywhere. But LeBar's a great guy, loves the business, loves helping out independent professional wrestling and supporting IWC. Bit of a ham, though, plugging his own t-shirt there, his reality check shirt. Roddy Piper, he ain't. LeBar spent a lot of money on his set, too, I see.
What's up, Elizabeth? You gotta give IWC Wrestling a round of applause for being smart enough to bring you Chair Shot Reality right here live.
And he's so humble, too.
I thought it was a pretty penny to get.
Now you know, IWC, not only were they smart in giving you CSR here live, but they were smart to stay out of what I was going to do. They know that a guy like me gets to where I'm at because I have creative control. So not even Chuck Roberts. Can I talk, please? Not even Chuck Roberts got a say in what I was going to do. Okay. You see, there's been a lot of hype about who was going to be the guest, who was going to have the honor on the first ever CSR segment. I've been tweeted at Justin LeBar.
I've been Facebooked on the Chairshot Reality Facebook page. I've been texted at a number that you can't have. Everybody wondering and wanting to know who's gonna have the honor. Well, in just a few minutes, the first guest ever on CSR here in IWC, in just a few minutes, is gonna be the Party Peacock, Dalton Castle. I came up with that. But before we do that, let me tell you about Chairshot Reality. It is just that. It is just that. It is reality. Every week on WrestleZone.com, I tell the fans, I tell the boys in the back, I tell Vince McMahon himself how it is. You see, I have ratings and money which prove that my show's a success. I don't need some super tournament to tell me that I have the #1 show.
Whoa! Marshall Bull Gambino just made his presence felt. Interrupting Justin LaBar. I think he's mad.
Please tell me who the hell you are. Nobody wants to hear from you. So here's what I'm gonna do, Elizabeth. I'm gonna give you 2 options. And if you're smart, shut up! You're gonna do the right thing. Option number 1 is you take your ass and get to the back. Option number 2 is I'm gonna show you what a real chair shot reality is.
Whoa! Well, LaBar didn't make any friends out here, that's for sure. A little bit of an inflated sense of self-worth, talking down to the IWC fans. I didn't expect that from Justin LaBar. He's doing us a favor by him being here? Come on. Farnsworth back
now. On to the business at hand. Hey, you guys all met Madison? You know, it's funny. You make a lot of friends in this business, and you think when you get in trouble, they'll come bail you out. Chuck sends my ass to jail, and she's the only one to come get me out. Mickey Gambino's not here tonight. For you guys that don't know, last month, there's a little redneck team running around here. The Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. Last month they thought they were gonna be special, one up the Gambinos. They hit Mickey with a car in a parking lot. Now listen, that's something definitely the Gambinos would have done. Hell, I'd have backed up and ran back over them. But you know, something clicked. I've been in IWC for 10 years this August. I have never met a more disrespectful tag team to come into this company than the Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. So here's what we're gonna do. Next month, July 20th, White Oak, Proving Grounds. Blue Collar Slaughterhouse, I'm telling you, and God help you, you better show up. We're gonna do what the Gambinos do best. It's gonna be an old school street fight. God have mercy on your souls.
Marshall Gambino even more angry than we usually see him.
Which is saying something.
A stern message to Justin LaBar, Chair Shot Reality, and an even more stern promise to Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. Our next DVD release proving ground, old-fashioned Gambino Street Fight. The dichotomy, the dynamic we talked about earlier, Jay Worth, in the sense that one man had to go through 3 to get here, one man went through none.
He weighs in at 195 pounds, wrestling out of
not had much of a reprieve. What are we going to say, maybe 25, 30 minutes since his victory?
Yeah, about that.
And already having to shoot right in to a matchup against not only the favorite to win, but reigning champion. Tony Nese has dominated Super Indy through all of 2013. 450's he's got second life. He won that second chance, Super Indy 4-way. Could he be the spoiler here for Tony Nese?
Well, he didn't go through 3 other guys to just give it up here. You have to believe he's digging down. He's going to have to dig down deep into that reserve and leave everything in the ring. And if he has his way, beat this gentleman. Maybe gentle is not the right term.
And his opponent,
What must be going through that man's mind?
he weighs in at 210 pounds, just like out of Long Island, New York. He is your reigning and defending Super Indy champion, the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
No one has ever gone through Super Indy, entering as champion and leaving with that same championship. Several have tried. None have been successful. The Tony Nese make history and be the trendsetter tonight.
So far, he has the odds stacked toward him, at least as far as this match. And am I correct? And am I correct? He wins this. He goes into a 3-way for the
Super Indy Championship in the final.
The belt.
That's right. But 450 has that same opportunity. Tony Nese, an absolute maniac when it comes to weightlifting. 500-pound deadlift, 550-pound squat, and a leg press of 1,300 pounds. I ask him every time I see him to get the updated figures because I can't believe it every time that a man this powerful on paper, can move the way he does in the ring.
It's very impressive. These are almost my stats. I'm a little lower than his, especially on the.
You put the decimal point in a different location in those numbers.
Well, true, but yeah, I'm close. I'm close.
Your favorite machine at the gym is the vending machine. Give me a break.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a good Dr. Pepper?
Nese going behind 450 early, and there's a great demonstration of that power, but a great standing side switch by 450 as well. Nese victorious over Colin Delaney on the road here to Super Indy 12. One half of the IWC Tag Team Champion, so very formidable foe in that respect. Nese won the championship from Logan Shulo at the beginning of the year after some involvement from Gory, making a statement for himself. But Nese has proven since then he's not a paper champion, he's not a fluke champion. Defeated Michael Elgin and Kid Cash that big weekend we had in the month of April.
Impressive on both counts.
Beat Elgin twice, actually. 3-way the first night, 1-on-1 the second. Imagine being trapped into a Tony Nese side headlock.
I would rather not.
It'd be like a vice just cramming down on your head.
I'm going to go ahead and say I would be smart enough to not get into it.
Up and over leapfrog. And down with the arm drag. Again, 450 started his career in Puerto Rico, so more than international flair. We talked about, well, that is an unreal springboard. You don't see a guy that big, that put together, move like that, but 450 gets the best of it. We've talked in the past about Nese competing with the great Muda in the past, so he has experience with international styles as well.
That's very true. And you want to talk about learning from one of the best, some ring time with Muda. It doesn't get much better than that, Joe. Nese having some words with an indolent upstart fan.
A small child. What did you call him?
Indolent upstart. I used those vocabulary words I learned, and I learned them with my book reading, Joe, for all of you fans here in attendance.
Books recommended by Jay Woodard and Farnsworth. Well, Nese milking that count to regroup himself.
Stretching out a little bit.
Not a dumb maneuver. He's not in danger.
It is a smart move. It is not a dumb move. Yes. I agree with you on that. On those two things, you're absolutely right. Everything else, the percentage goes a little down.
Yeah. So I'm accustomed to when you're around. Those dance moves. You had a lot of dancing tonight here at Super Indy.
Oh, it's a joyous occasion.
You were so intimidated by Strickland and ACH's dancing, you bailed and had Jimmy Rave come in.
Well, I was over to the side working on my own steps.
I see. Is that what it was?
For all the great things that I am, a dancer is just sadly not one of them. I needed some practice.
Well, it took us, 8 years for you to admit one thing you're not good at?
Yeah, dancing. I'll admit that. If you've ever seen the Tears for Fears video for Mad World, it's a lot like that. A lot like that.
Everyone is pausing their DVDs to go to YouTube right now as Nese misses with the kick and a knife edge chop by 450.
Nice chops.
But man, what a barrel chest he's trying to create an impact with.
Yeah, well, it's tough to knock down the Great Wall of China when all you got's a ball-peen hammer.
Sidestep, Nese to the outside, came down hard on that knee. Let's follow that story.
Whoa!
450 connects with a suicide dive. And what you said earlier, Farnsworth, there's not a weakness, create one. Bobby Fish did, and 450 man as well. Second time.
And I like that 450, as he does the dive, he turns his body 90 degrees, so he doesn't go throwing himself into those guardrails and risking injury. He turns, still hits the headbutt, but keeps his body safe. A smart move in a tournament.
And he goes for high-risk maneuver number 2, does 450, before Nese can recover from high-risk number 1.
Oh, and he just dives into the legs, slides out of the ring, takes 450's legs out from under him, and then wheelbarrow. Oh, right into the hardest part of the ring, Joe.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, and it looked like 450 may have smacked face first off of it.
Yeah, it did not look good. He may be down to 420, 421 at this point.
Of what?
Of 450. Pay attention. He is clearly not 30-30 at the moment. These two, do I have to call this on my own? These two are brawling out on the ring, and you're trying to do math here. Stay with me, Joe. Oh, a good elbow to the jaw, and a retaliatory chop. Retaliatory means he did it.
I know what retaliatory means. Nese throwing 450 back in there. You can see these tempers have flared early with the battle spilling to the outside in such a physical manner. But of course, you gotta win the matchup in the ring. Goes without saying. Nese would hate. Could you imagine losing the Super Indy title on a countout?
Yeah, I imagine that would stick in your craw. It would slowly drive you mad, I think. Well, maybe that's what happened to Gory.
There you go. He lost the title on a forfeit. He had to give it up because that was the rules back then.
By this contest, 5 minutes.
And then he never got it back.
Super Indy, as Nese goes for the cover, too. Super Indy history started with a very Japanese-type tradition where every year the reigning champion would surrender into competition in the tournament. Oftentimes that champion would be in line for one of the first title shots following the tournament, or some would choose to move on to the IWC Championship or other issues.
Very true. At what point did we do away with that rule, Joe?
That was done away with, I believe it was Super Indy 10.
That's what I was thinking. Or Super Indy X, I forget which.
Well, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Exactly.
But I believe that was one of the implementations in the regime change where Chuck Roberts made IWC a little bit better.
You prefer that rule?
I do enjoy that rule because the title is won and lost by the champion in the ring.
I kind of like the. I mean, I don't have a problem with us maintaining the current status quo, but I did like the.
Beautiful
sense of a time limit.
Well,
you were capturing something that you knew you would only hold on to for so long.
450 just captured the knee, or Nese captured the knees of 450 rather, right into the midsection. As 450 looking to get something going here again. Let's keep in mind the fatigue factor. This is 450's fourth opponent and second hard match in under an hour. Oh, a huge elevation in that bulldog. Nicely done. This could get something done here. I haven't seen Nese in this much trouble quite often in his title reign.
Very, very true. We know 450 is dangerous from that second rope just as much as he is the top. That he proved that to get in here.
450 earned the respect of everybody to enable to qualify for that four-way last chance scramble. Snaps off the abbreviated DDT, 2-N, no.
Didn't get a grip on the head like he wanted. I'm not sure if he got all of that on Nese, but it was effective. It got a 2 count at least.
When you go for those shortened DDTs, you go for the snap, you go for the impact right off the bat. You just drive all the weight and all the momentum down right away. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And the later into a match you try it, the more sweat, frankly, the more fatigue you have in your own arms, you may not get the grip.
Especially in your second matchup.
Yep.
Into Gory, right to that famed external lock simple protuberance.
Yeah.
And now Nese, a little bit of pump handle action into a tilt-a-whirl, got near fall.
And Nese getting a chance to catch some wind, 450 down.
Yeah, Nese getting frustrated, though, you could tell. He can envision himself in that three-way final. And Nese had Alabama Slam territory, but countered it. I think Nese didn't take too kindly to that. And 450 retaliates.
450 back in motion, caught.
Such an even keel matchup at the moment. Oh, down across the knee. Side kick right to the jaw.
Spinning side kick.
And now signaling for the specialty. Could he go 2 for 2 on the night with it?
Well, you dance with who brought you, Joe. Nope.
No, could sense Nese playing possum. Nese was watching up, waiting for 450 to move, and a great adjustment midstream. Oh, Nese drops down, avoids the leg, and check out the power.
Just powers up and slams him back down.
Yeah. Knew he couldn't get him on that roll up, so adjusted. Again, both men trying to stay a step ahead. Sunset driver, shades of former Super Indy champion Sterling, and Nese got the win.
Here is your winner, and moving on to the finals, Tony Nese.
What do you think, Farnsworth? How are Nese's odds looking now that he's one step away from making history?
Well, let's be honest. He has one less match under his belt than everyone else. He has to feel pretty good coming into it.
2 of 4 men will enter the final round. Facade, Extreme Tiger, ACH, and Gory are the final 4. Who will end the night with this visual, holding the Super Indy title high? The calm before the storm. Take a breath now, Farnsworth. This may be the only chance you have over the next 15 or 20 minutes. I would say 2 of the fastest and most breathtaking athletes in this tournament today are about to do battle in our semifinal round matchup.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of hoped things would fall this way, and I would get to see this matchup.
Introducing first, he weighs in at 185 pounds, and he's roaming the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. The aerosol assassin, the neon ninja, Facade.
Facade's tag sign on the way out there said Happy Father's Day. Facade has told me he's dedicating this tournament to his father. Big influence on him in his younger years. The reason he's a professional wrestler today, in Facade's words. Facade unfortunately lost his father due to cancer when Facade was just about 7 years old, but certainly his memory lives on, especially tonight, which is Father's Day weekend, and for such a big pinnacle in Facade's wrestling career.
Well, I think Facade's father would be proud of the man and the performer he has become.
A man who every single year has grown by leaps and bounds in what he's been able to accomplish. Still fighting for what was taken from him at the end of the year. Calm before the storm here as we await the entrance of the opponent. Facade, out of everybody in the second round, of course, exception being the champion who had a bye, Facade's had the longest rest. That could be an important key.
I would say that's a very big factor. However, I wouldn't let this guy know that someone has an advantage.
Wrestling out of Tequila, Mexico, the international wrestling superstar, Extreme Tiger.
Facade, of course, defeating Jimmy Rave. Tiger defeating Bobby Fish. Both men had their work cut out for them. I don't think there's a set advantage here as far as maybe who had the most taken out of them in the quarterfinal rounds. I think that's pretty much a pick-em.
True. You know, you may not know this, but Extreme Tiger, known as Gato Suicida.
Yes, Suicidal Cat. I believe I mentioned that, yes.
Well, no, I just mentioned it there.
Oh, I knew I heard it somewhere.
Yeah, so did I.
Great respect. Saw a couple false starts with those handshakes in the quarterfinals, but Facade and Tiger doing it right to kick us off here, and Extreme Tiger really showed in really just a matter of moments in the quarterfinal round matchup that if there was any kind of a match for Facade's style, he's certainly the man for the job.
Yeah, this is sort of a fire against fire sort of match. If anyone closely resembles Facade's offense, honestly, it's Tiger, or I would say it used to have been Gory. Gory certainly similar, but I think he has sort of morphed into something different at this point, like the other side of the coin, so to speak.
Can taking too long between a quarterfinal round match and a semifinal round match be disadvantageous as far as keeping yourself loose and ready for competition?
It would, honestly, in my opinion, it depends upon how you come out of that match. If you just need some rest, I think the longer the better. If, however, you've, like, say, taken a lot of kicks to the leg, you could have that thigh knot up while you're resting, and that could be a problem if you don't stay loose. So again, it depends upon how you come out of the match.
I'll give the early advantage here to Extreme Tiger. Had Facade trapped in a dangerous submission hold a moment ago. Had Facade trapped from both ends, so to speak, as now Tiger looking to roll through.
Oh, look at that.
Pulling up on Facade and now stretching away at the arms, bow and arrow style, burying his own head is Extreme Tiger right between the shoulder blades to get the leverage he needs.
Get a fulcrum point.
Meanwhile, had Facade trapped at the knees so Facade couldn't squirm his way out that way. Modified mule kick. Breaks the grasp. And again, Tiger's been more proactive on the offensive. I think Facade's still trying to figure out his opponent. Well, Facade, when in doubt, goes to those round kicks, but Tiger not going to be shy about retaliation.
Yeah, Tiger has no problem laying some kicks in on his own.
Again, trained by the original Rayne Mysterio as the pace quickens. Cover, couldn't even get a count. Facade responds in kind. Drop kick. No clear-cut advantage. Again, that shows the symmetry that we're dealing with. Talk to us, Farnsworth, briefly about what the legend of Rey Mysterio Original means in the annals of Lucha Libre history.
Well, he was important, Chuck.
Couldn't do without you. Certainly just an amazing influence he had on his nephew, who I believe broke into wrestling at just 14 or 15 years of age.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe record books stated as 15, although there is record of him wrestling unofficially prior to that. Originally, he wasn't allowed to be Rey Mysterio Jr. He had to prove it, so he wrestled as Colibri, which means hummingbird, which is why the Rey Mysterio mask has hummingbirds incorporated into it.
Bit of history from J-Word. Of course, we have Hijo de Rey Mysterio now, up and comer in professional wrestling here in the United States.
Yep.
Hopefully we'll see him in a future Super Indy tournament. But right now, it's all about Tiger and Facade. And Tiger puts the brakes. Oh my gosh! Implant DDT style. Nothing hit that mat before Facade's head.
And if you want to slow him down, dropping a guy on his head is a great way to do it.
Troy Davis, the official, trying to keep these men inside the ring, and Facade's like halfway there right now.
Sort of hung up there.
Tied up by Tiger, who's got a plan here. Springs in with a drop kick. Picture perfect.
I was worried. I was thinking he might go with a stomp there, but he went to more to the side of the head.
Near fall situation. Well, perhaps Tiger was watching in the earlier round when Facade took that bad spill on that dive attempt.
Yeah, very good point. Hopefully he was paying attention to the monitors in the back. Do as much homework as you can on your opponent.
Facade as resilient as they come. Keep in mind he passed out from the pain of an injury to his leg, his knee, his ankle, just completely shattered and torn apart
Contest 5 minutes.
by Gory a year ago, exploited by Sami Callihan. Facade trying to break out some martial arts. That is another big differential point between both of these men. I don't believe that Extreme Tiger really studies the martial arts so much as just the straight lucha libre style.
True, although that doesn't. He has picked up a certain level of strikes with that. We've seen him throw some kicks. Perhaps not martial arts kicks, but in that vein, in that milieu.
Do you think we're experiencing the signs of fatigue or endurance so far in this matchup? Quick roll up here. Matchup could be over. Extreme Tiger, two great transitions. German with a bridge, beautifully done. Notice Tiger, near fall there, up on his tippy toes, got everything he could out of that German and the bridge.
I was about to say if there was any fatigue that you were talking about, I didn't see it in Tiger. I haven't seen it. That was almost. I'd say that was flawless. I wouldn't even say almost flawless. That was Oh, nice block.
Nicely done. My God! Swinging neck breaker on the floor.
Well, apron assisted.
And
so he was hung up.
What in the world?
Facade needs to get the hell out of there.
There's no protection down there, just a thin covering to protect the gymnasium floor. Arts the butt kick, and Tiger falls all the way down.
And Facade slapping the turnbuckle pad. We've seen him do this.
Spring. Connects!
From rope to rope and then diving outside.
Somersault plancha.
He's very comfortable transversing the ring from rope to rope like that.
And this time I'd say Facade hit that picture perfect. Still the same risk, but a lot better reward than in the Jimmy Rave matchup. Facade on top, could have me here, and that lapse of time it took for Facade to recover and then roll Tiger in may have been the difference maker.
I would say Facade right now showing a little, I don't even know that I'd say it's fatigue so much as I think getting dropped on your head sort of takes a little bit out of you.
I think just the overall toll has maybe slowed both men down maybe a quarter of a step. But that's still quicker than about 95% of this industry.
Yeah, very true. Oh.
Facade went to tightrope walk, but Tiger, it was legal. Shook the ropes, drop kick, followed through. Man, when I spilled Facade lands shoulder first.
I don't know that Facade landed correctly when he landed on the apron. He may have tweaked a knee there a little bit.
There's no correct way to land when you get the apron involved.
Well, there is. It's in the ring, avoiding the apron.
Facade draped on that guardrail.
Tiger to the top. Get it. Oh!
The force of that leg drop bends Facade's midsection across the steel.
Just pulls him down on that iron bar.
Man, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Extreme Tiger has certainly left all of these fans with a lasting impression.
And I think there might be a lasting impression across Facade's midriff at this point. That had to hurt. Oh! Set him up, knock him down.
As if Facade wasn't dazed enough before Tiger. Just wanted to make extra sure Facade would be in position for...
Oh!
Driving both legs right into the shoulders, it looked like. Cover two, and no, a smart maneuver after Facade came down hard on that shoulder to the outside.
Facade is holding his mouth. He may have taken a boot to the face out of that.
Yeah, just all the body weight crashing down across Facade. So many different points of impact. Of course, Facade a sentimental favorite with these fans. Wait, Ashikage driver countered with the knees.
Nice counter. Perhaps Extreme Tiger has been doing some homework. Oh, look at this.
Maybe a modified vertebreaker? No! Facade with that springboard roundhouse.
Getting some momentum, misses the kick.
Right. Oh! Dreadlock attempt! Got him!
He's got a center. That's it!
Nowhere for Tiger to move.
Here is your winner, and moving on to the finals, Facade!
Facade finds himself in the same position he was a year ago, meaning in the Super Indy Finals. Not as defending champion, maybe not even as the favorite, but he finds himself in familiar ground to regain familiar property. Facade adds another piece to the puzzle. We got two of the three. Moving on to the final. To contest for the Super Indy XII champion. Bow respect to Tiger. Both men gave it their all. Neither man with anything to be ashamed of. Facade, it's up to him to right what he feels is a wrong done at the end of 2012. Who's the third man? The final piece of the puzzle. That's coming up in just moments.
Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here with two men who tonight are going to have a handicap match against Team Big League, the heavy metal Jesus Logan Shulo, the party peacock Dalton Dazzle, and gentlemen, we all know that either of you get the victory tonight, you get a title shot in August against Fury, but if neither of you take the pinfall or submit, you have to go one full year without getting a world heavyweight title shot here in the IWC.
Justin, listen. I know that sounds like a terrible thing if you lose, but the fact is we're not going to lose. And a title shot is well, that's kind of second thought right now, because I look across here and I see a man, Logan Shulo, who's just as pissed off at Team Big League as I. I mean, if Logan and I had a blog on the interwebs, and we wrote about how many times we've been screwed over by Team Big League, we would reach the end of the internet. We would fill it up. The internet would be filled up with the amount of times Team Big League has screwed us. Which is why tonight, when I get the pin and get that title shot,
When you get the pin, you're gonna say all that stuff about what Big League, John McChesney, and Norm Connors, what they did to me over the past couple months, the way these last shows have ended, and then you're gonna say that you're gonna get the win?
all right, look, I respect you and I know you don't like them. But that is, I think I hate them a little more than you. So if you think that I'm not gonna take every advantage out there and get the title.
All right, I get it. You gotta take your chance, I gotta take mine. I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. And like I told Facade at the last show,
no.
just stay out of my way once we get
That's
out.
not how it works.
Stop, boys, please. Listen, this is exactly what Norm Connors and Team Big League wants to do. You understand why this match was signed. This is exactly what he wants to accomplish. And if you guys let it happen here tonight, then he's already won before we even have the match. You guys both have a grand opportunity here tonight, that's true. And it can only be one of you guys here tonight. Because you both have busted your ass over the past year and a half to be screwed by everyone at Team Big League. And while you can't be handed title shots, you have a chance here tonight. But do me a favor, don't let that man win before you walk out.
Don't worry. All right, listen. I got a little hot-headed too, all right? A lot online. I think we can be adults about this and take care of the issue at hand. All right?
But I think Chuck's right about this. Let's be adults about this. Let's go do what we do. Be a team player. Take care.
All right, Pedro, back to you.
Interesting words from Chuck Roberts, as I think he hit the nail on the head as far as the divide and conquer strategy of Team Big League and
Introducing first,
North Carolina.
he weighs in at 201 pounds, wrestling out of Austin, Texas. Here is ACH.
That attitude, charisma, and heart won the first round for ACH, won over Jimmy Rave here on commentary, and could take him another step further. ACH has really shown us a lot tonight, but with this opposition that is about to come out, this is not going to be a dance-off. This is not going to be any kind of pomp and circumstance. That's for sure.
And his opponent. He weighs in at 175 pounds from the Broken Mirror, Gory!
This guy is absolutely sick, absolutely demonic and demented. Months away from the International Wrestling Cartel for reasons unknown, reasons I would shudder to ask about. Came back, targeted Logan Shulo, targeted Kyle Matthews, targeted anybody he could to send a message. And now he is back. He is more macabre and dangerous than ever. And as we talked about before, we're not even sure what his motives are.
I don't even know that there is an overreaching motive. You don't ask why the fire burns. You don't ask why the plague spreads. It is its own purpose. Perhaps Gory is just doing what he does. I am not going to try and stare into that abyss, because those abysses stare back into you.
And ACH is always about playing it cool and laid back, and again, showing that great attitude, but as much as he would love to do that on the exterior, inside he's got to be very, very tentative, if not a little bit intimidated.
Yeah, no dance-off here.
ACH wisely grounding Gory early on. You never know what to expect. Sometimes Gory will take to the air. Sometimes just punch you in the face. Sometimes he'll just bite you.
Sometimes he'll make sure you can't breathe.
That's a lot of times. Controversial, questionable, submission maneuver, pestilence. A lot of people have accused of maybe being a little bit unlawful with how dangerously close Gory's hands get to the nose and the mouth. You could seal those shut real quick.
Well, sure, but I don't know that that's within our rule books. I think it's more of a moral call that most people have made. Once you've thrown any moral call out of the out of the window. You know, it's not much different than a blood choke.
Well, Gory threw his morality out the window a long time ago. There's no question about that. As ACH barely getting two. And notice ACH favoring is back already. We'll follow that, see if that's something lingering from the Strickland match.
Yeah. Gory came out here looking like a marionette that had some of its strings snipped. Just weird, disjointed motions.
That's a weird, disjointed mindset. That was a great head plant, though, by ACH for two.
And maybe there's something wrong. Maybe it's a head game. Who knows?
Well, I mean, Gory's not the kind of guy you ever see, you know, meandering about the locker room, talking to people. He's not a social guy. He's not, he's off at some dark corner somewhere, or a basement, or a balcony, as we saw during the 2 count by ACH. He was up on the balcony during our ceremonial introductions.
I was going to say, I haven't seen him in the locker room in months, if not years.
I mean, the only time you'd have a chance of seeing him would be back when he was an official part of this roster. I'm not even sure if he's that.
Yeah. I mean, he has a spot within the tournament. He's had matches here.
And I think that was the only way to stop him from interrupting match after match, show after show.
Give him a chance to show up.
If he wants to hurt people so bad, give him someone to hurt.
Like that. Just clawing at the face.
That visual sums up Gory better than any verbiage. And there's the biting.
Well, yeah, there's going to be some biting. I mean, it's a wrestling match.
Well, no, I don't think that's a very accurate assessment of Super Indy or wrestling in general. Drop kick. Normal people don't want to bite one another.
Yeah, but this is pro wrestling. There are not a lot of normal people here.
Well, that's correct as well, but Gory takes that to a new level.
Yeah.
Gory bringing his brutality and ferocity to the ringside area. Jeez.
Remember the steel cage match with Facade where he brought claws?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting. Just digging away, tearing away at the entire body of Facade, much like that.
Yeah.
On ACH. We've seen ACH bust out some pretty impressive strikes in this matchup, and who could forget the impact that he and Strickland had on one another with some of those shots. But, Gory, I think, has kind of become one with the pain. I think, as Gory finds, too, he's had so much mental anguish going on for so long, he's almost kind of numb to it in some respects.
There's a theory that nirvana is no pain, but within that there's also no pleasure. There is nothing. You feel nothing. Perhaps that's what perhaps that is what Gory has achieved. Maybe this is what the Buddhists are after.
Well,
no pleasure, no pain, no morality, no consequence. Is that deep enough for you?
Deep hook of the leg by Gory. I never thought I'd certainly hear Gory compared to a Buddhist, but the rest of that assessment I think is very, very accurate. I don't think Gory feels, he just acts.
And there he is again, just digging his fingers into the. It looks like he's grabbed an ear.
He's like a wild animal. It's like this is what he knows to survive. Right, roll up by ACH. Straight into the Gory elbow.
ACH telegraphs those kicks with that high-pitched scream. Gory's done his homework, knew what was coming there. Elbow right to the face.
Well, Gory was a half second away from being disqualified. The official reached 4 as Gory vaults that body weight in.
5 minutes gone by this contest, 5 minutes.
And you notice Gory vaulted through those ropes and then didn't even look at ACH.
Springboard, Gory caught himself. And ACH took advantage of the distraction.
He saw an opening, he took it.
That's what
big kick to the head.
What it's all about as Gory Now again, just animalistically just grabbing away at a leg, a foot, whatever he can get.
And ACH kicks him, pushes him back, trying to pull himself up.
ACH twisting crossbody to the outside. Man lands on his feet. And you can see that fire burning inside ACH. You can see that intensity, that focus he's bringing to the game. Is attitude, charisma, and heart enough to overcome agony, despair, and hatred?
Which is what he is in the ring with. Not to step all over your point.
Gory gets the flow into the lung blower. ACH knocked loopy. This could be all. Farnsworth, how do you think either of these men would match up against the two Super Indy finalists we've learned about already?
Well, I mean, I would say the advantage is to Gory because you don't know what to predict outside of just sheer violence, which is a pretty broad swath of things to try and prepare for.
Oh, mid-air adjustment. Look at ACH manipulating the body of Gory.
Backbreaker.
Backbreaker, T-bone, he landed on his head. Done. Oh.
And let's not forget, Gory, also one of the toughest guys in IWC. We have seen him take abuse upon abuse and kick out from it.
Goes without saying at this point, my God. ACH is up top.
You talk about the evil that he...
Oh, and down. Gory able to meet ACH coming in.
Good, and Gory has that
pestilence.
He's looking for pestilence. Oh!
Oh my! The official was diverted. The official was diverted, and Gory took a cheap shot. The official.
Here is your winner, and moving on to the finals.
Right in the neck.
The official, I think, took a straight fist or an elbow right to the eye. Wasn't paying attention as Gory hit the low blow, and now moves on to the finals again. Not sure what the motives or the intentions are, but Gory got the job done. We knew he wanted to be in the finals because what's waiting in the finals? Facade is waiting in the finals, and there's got to be unfinished business there. That man could hold the Super Indy Championship hostage before we're done here tonight.
Again, we're going to put all of the proceeds towards the threshold. It was a great organization that helps out with people with...
Well, what is this? Chest flexor and ginger. With the kingpin, Brian McDowell, Andrew Palace, the goggles enthusiast, and Corey Futuristic. What a motley crew this is.
I don't know if any of you pay attention to IWC Aftershock, but we were on there and we said we were going to come to Super Indy and we were going to demand something. Now, you see, I have the most vivacious woman alive, Ginger. I have the man who can pull a more perfect 300 than any human being alive, the Kingpin, Brian McDowell.
How is one 300 more perfect than the other?
This gentleman right here, he has cured as many diseases as there ever have begun, and even more, because in 2035, this man has graduated college for being a doctor, Corey Futuristic, the greatest professional wrestler alive in the next century.
Impressive.
But last but not least,
takes him 22
you don't have a
years to
smile
pass
on your
college.
face
It takes
because
a while.
you were screwed. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Palace should have been in the Super Indy tournament.
There's a valid argument to be made for that.
But Team Big League has to have these little contract situations where he's got screwed out. Bobby Fish got it. Andrew Palace, come here. Come here. This man has told me confidentially that he will wrestle anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, whether they're from IWC or anywhere around the world. He'll wrestle anywhere. Tonight at Super Indy to prove that he is the true Super Indy champ. He doesn't need a tournament. He just needs an opponent to prove it.
Well,
who's it gonna be?
Anyone in the back.
Who's it gonna be, Corey Futuristic? You know you're from the future. Don't tell him. Let it be a surprise.
Mighty dangerous claim to lay with the locker room we have.
Oh. Well, that narrows it down to 3.
At least we think.
That we know of.
Founding Father music brings out Super Hentai, the Super Indy innovator. Won the very first Super Indy tournament in 2002, beating Christopher Daniels.
You guys are out here bitching and moaning. The Andrew Palace isn't on the card, isn't on one of the biggest shows in IWC, one of the shows that I helped create. I tell you what, I can see how people would be doubting me so far this year. How even the own founding fathers, Danny Gregory, Jimmy Vegas, they didn't doubt me too. I tell you what, I told them that I was good. That's right. I told them that I was going to be on the show to get myself back on the winning track. You, Andrew Palace, you're bitching and moaning that you don't have a match here tonight. You got screwed? Would you like to get screwed round 2 by getting in a ring with me here tonight, one-on-one? I tell you what, you, me, right now, get those cronies out of the ring and let's get this match going.
Well, he opened his mouth big enough to put his foot in it, and now Andrew Palace is looks to be taking on the one-man Pretoria of IWC, Super Hentai, or just Hentai.
And boy, did Palace try to retract his challenge in a hurry. Bell sounds, and we are ready for Palace and Hentai. Hentai brings up a good point. Over the past couple of months, there seems to have been some, maybe not infighting, but maybe not as much cohesiveness as before within the Founding Fathers. Seems that Vegas and Gregory sort of walked out on Hentai after a recent tag loss, and may have their doubts about where Hentai's head's been at lately. You certainly have been close to Hentai over the years. Do you have any insight into that?
Well, I mean, as Hentai said, he feels that that's how they feel. I don't know that they've expressly stated it, but if he needs to feel he has something to prove, then I kind of feel bad for Andrew Palace. Oh, look at that.
Hentai gets some momentum and takes Palace over. Hentai, the only man to win a Super Indy tournament twice, including our largest Super Indy tournament ever. And I believe that year was, 14, 16 competitors?
14, I want to say. I don't have my research in front of me.
Reversal centering by Hentai. Leapfrog over, and Palace way off the mark.
Well, I admire the initiative on Palace.
And we got a bowling enthusiast, a time travel enthusiast, and a goggles enthusiast. And they're all going to get wiped out.
And a diving enthusiast, apparently.
Hentai teaching a lesson to all these guys. McDowell taking a shot. He pays for it. Futuristic, not a prayer.
Oh. Futuristic picks up the split.
What a bunch of maroons.
Gullibles.
How does Flexer find these people? Why does he associate with these people? Why do they associate with him?
I'm going to guess that at least one of them he found in a bowling alley. I won't mention which one.
Palace caught Hentai with a knee, and now he's way up top, and Flexer got pushed in the way. And Palace is down. Hentai has wiped out 4 different guys, and he's not done yet. McDowell gets it. Jeez, you want to talk about proving something here.
Oh, and Oh!
Futuristic dropped on McDowell. Man, Hentai Only it's 1 on Palace, however. Palace a little frustrated here.
Didn't get out the gate quite like he wanted to.
You're kidding. I think as soon as Hentai came through the curtain, he didn't get out the gate the way he wanted to. We wanted to.
Oh, and
nobody home there.
He was going for a triple jump something there.
Well, he got the jump part off, but not much else.
But still only 2.
And this is an energized Hentai. This is Hentai really better than I've seen him in quite a number of months.
Well, let's, if you ever want to see Hentai do something, tell him he can't. And then just stand back and watch him do it. So the Founding Fathers think he might be missing a step. Well, watch Hentai prove that he's not.
It certainly helped Hentai in many Super Indies past. His name is firmly entrenched in those record books. I don't think anybody will be able to break that record of winning 2 Super Indy tournaments.
I should take this moment to warn the folks at home, don't ever disrespect Super Hentai. That will happen.
And he's not done. Palace gets an elbow in, however. Neckbreaker, nicely done. Hook of the leg for 2. But Hentai, we've seen him survive. Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, CM Punk, Colt Cabana, Alex Shelley. Hentai's beaten so many major superstars of the Super Indy caliber. Palace, Hentai into the ropes.
Didn't quite have that roll up the way I think he wanted it. Oh, this one a little better.
Yeah, it is better, but still not enough. Palace very well may be a future Super Indy caliber competitor. He did beat someone in a Super Indy qualifying match, even though Bobby Fish duped him on the fine print of the contract to sneak in as the surrogate. Palace has had a tremendous matchup with Zima Ion, where he was very, very competitive. So Palace has a huge, huge upside if he can survive this barrage of headbutts.
He has that cushion of hair.
Well,
I don't know how much it helps. Oh!
Well, you can see that's all Palace could do.
Wow.
5 minutes gone by in this contest.
Swinging a discus punch, and he hurt his hand.
He hurt his hand. He fell over. He's dizzy. But credit to Palace, Hentai certainly hurt as well. Flexor giving some words of encouragement. I can only imagine what that would consist of.
Probably beat him. Oh!
Up the back of the official with a senton. The official, a little offended by it, but not illegal, and Hentai almost got beat.
Well, you're not supposed to put your hands on the official. I would assume that it goes for feet as well, but... Oh, he's signaling for the goggles.
Oh, the goggles enthusiast, as our .com team so eloquently put it. You can't fly without the goggles.
That's true. Well, actually, that's not true. You can. I've flown many times without goggles.
Well, then you're smarter than Andrew Palace.
I'm not gonna try and explain that one.
And now we're gonna go up top. Hentai worn down, and he lost the goggles again.
There we go.
He's so enamored with these goggles that Hentai, back to his feet, Palace doesn't even notice.
Oh!
Now he has an idea. Hardest right hand in the weight class.
Yeah, that dropped him down and gave him the old goggle fogger, if you know what I mean. And look at the strength of Hentai.
Way up top, superplex. Hentai took a lot out of himself, but gets over the cover. Couldn't put him away.
And Palace out by the skin of his goggles.
What more did either of these men have left? Both with something to prove, and I think they both look damn impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that Palace is hanging this long. Oh! Uh-oh.
Back with a wild swing. Hentai comes back with the back suplex. Palace deposited hard. Hook of the leg for 2. Gotta wonder, what do Vegas and Gregory think when they end up seeing a copy of this matchup?
Oh.
Counter with the triple knees. Palace. Measuring Hentai. Went through that jump up DDT.
Uh-oh.
But Hentai with a great vertical base.
We haven't seen this in a while.
Northern Lights into the full moon plex. Hook of the leg. Hentai wins
Here is your winner, Super Hentai.
Hentai proving a point. Maybe to the founding fathers, maybe to the fans, hey, maybe to himself. But regardless, point proven in an emphatic way, in my estimation.
The exclamation point to the statement he was trying to make is being rolled out of the ring and assisted somewhat by Gory Futuristic.
As much as Gory Futuristic is able to assist. Hentai with victory. Where will his standing in the Founding Fathers go from here? One of our main events. Coming up next in just moments.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Plummer here with Super Hentai. Now, Hentai, it's no secret that you've been on a little bit of a losing streak. I mean, we just saw a little bit of an argument on the last episode of IWC Aftershock between you and your fellow Founding Fathers. But you made them a promise, and you said you would be here tonight to make a statement and to prove that you were back on your winning ways. And you did just that by beating one of IWC's fastest up-and-comers, Andrew Palace.
That's right, Plummer. I tell you what, that kid's got a lot of fighting him. Just some experience, some bad moves.
Super Hentai! Back on the winning path. Andrew Palace. What's he been in the business? What, a year? But hey, man, you're back in your winning ways. Put her there, man.
You suck, Justin! Don't do it!
Come on, man, you won. You've been losing for what? Months? In Vegas, and Gregory been reminding you about it. What?
What the hell are you out here for? And you know what, Justin? You could relate to my losing ways. In fact, maybe I was trying to beat your record of your illustrious losing streak here in IWC.
Okay, all right. I smartened up. I left and I came back stronger. Enough of all this. I'm out here for one reason. You and your cronies, the Founding Fathers, seem to have a problem with my students, mainly HD Cannon. So I'm out here to challenge you to a match. July 20th, Proving Ground. 6-man. You, Gregory, Vegas, me, HD, and hell. How about we'll keep it, you know, in the family, my students, one of my brand new students who just graduated from the Iron City Wrestling Academy. Wait. I mean, Gregory and Vegas aren't here. Do you need to ask permission? I mean, you can email me on Monday, text me, call me.
Justin, that's enough. That's enough. I don't need the permission to put us in a match. You want a challenge? You got it, kid. July 20th, Proving Ground. You got it. Founding Fathers against you and your kids.
Congrats again, buddy.
Winning way!
The following is a special...
What in the world is that? Jake Clemens like a bubbling goof rushing out here with a message.
The following is a special 3-on-2 handicap match. However, I have been given a proclamation to read.
Could be here a while.
Get comfy.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please rise to your feet and pay homage to the man that for over 17 years has been the greatest promoter in wrestling history. He has single-handedly made household names out of men such as CM Punk, Chris Hero, Samoa Joe, and Bruno Sammartino. He is the man that made Pittsburgh famous, the greatest lover in the world, but he has reformed his ways, and he is now the highly esteemed Reverend Norm Connors.
Farnsworth, will you sit down?
You show respect for a reverend.
He's not a reverend.
He just said.
He's not a reverend any more than I am.
Oh, Reverend Joe.
What a completely egomaniacal blowhard of an individual. None of that introduction was true.
Some of it's true.
Well, the fact he's Norm Connors, that's about it.
Well, that's the base. Everything else, subject to interpretation.
Greatest promoter of 17 years.
Yeah, he has a claim.
Made Bruno Sammartino famous.
That one's a little rougher, but I mean, there's an argument.
Bruno had been retired for about 12 years before Norm got into professional wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's an argument he would win, but it's an argument he can make.
Oh, with that standard, you can argue pretty much anything. The executive consultant of Team Big League was put Dalton Castle and Logan Shulo at odds. Norm had the power to make this matchup as a result of Team Big League winning a tag match back at Road to Super Indy. And boy, did he make the most of it. Bragging earlier about Bobby Fish of Team Big League, severely injuring the leg of Ray Rowe at a recent Ring of Honor event in San Antonio, Texas.
Thank you for that incredible round of applause.
You mean there's more, not just the proclamation?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been given the extreme privilege to introduce at this time members of Team Big League. First, Joseph Brooks and Jimmy Nuts, and the IWC Heavyweight Champion of the World, John McChesney. You need to rise on your feet and applaud, please.
John McChesney, don't hurt yourself, Norm. John McChesney had a stranglehold in that IWC Championship, and a big reason for it are two of the athletes who are going to be coming to the ring with McChesney right now. Jimmy Nuts and Joseph Brooks have had McChesney's back since day one when they joined Team Big League, along with everybody else. And what is with that hair? We thought Palace was bad.
I have no comment.
McChesney feeling pretty good about himself because if Team Big League gets their way, McChesney's two top title contenders will be wiped off contention for the next year. That's a long time to compete without any chance of getting to the top prize.
That's very true. That frankly can be a death sentence for someone's career.
Not even to mention the fact it's a handicap scenario with the deck stacked with two opponents that you have to believe will be at odds.
Norm giving some advice to Big League there. Perhaps about the upcoming match, perhaps about his hair.
Norm, the executive consultant, has done a lot of good for Big League in the back boardrooms and negotiation process.
If they are successful tonight, the man that scores the winning pinfall, he will receive a title shot at Cage Fury. However, if they lose, they will not receive any shots for up to 1 year. Introducing the team of Dalton Castle and Logan Shulo.
Heavy Metal Jesus and Dalton Castle both have the same goal. They both want a title shot at the IWC Championship at Cage Fury, our next big Court-Time Super Show DVD release. But the only man that's winning the title shot is the man that gets the pinfall. How can they both be a team with individualistic goals?
Short answer is, at the end of the day, they can't.
They must, or face the consequences.
You know, for as much of a piece of bait that is hanging on that hook, there's still a hook within the bait. You have to believe, ideally, this situation benefits Team Big League. Even if they lose, if Castle and Shulo lose, they're removed from title contention. If they win, it's still one man. You have to believe that one will view the other as the enemy. Castle's not going to take it well if Shulo gets the shot, and vice versa.
And furthermore, my big question is, have we seen all the components of the Team Big League plan?
Probably not. Let's be honest. One of the things that McChesney does well is stay 2 steps ahead of everyone else. Like right now, he is putting on Dalton Castle's jacket.
Now, how is that 2 steps ahead of anything?
Well, it's keeping Castle off his off focus. It's keeping him off his game. It's angering the man.
Well, 2 can play at that game.
And he's
gonna do a trade-off?
I mean, I imagine it is expensive.
There you go.
That was kind of uncouth.
Who's psyching who out now?
Oh.
Well, McChesney still gets the better of that exchange, to your point.
Now, like I said. And McChesney's starting the match.
McChesney and Dalton need to both realize that this is not a singles match. They need to keep in mind there's a lot more danger in this contest, although I do find it interesting that McChesney is apparently starting. Logan and Dalton have both been the victim of screw jobs multiple times here in IWC over multiple championship shots, and the breadcrumbs always trace back to John McChesney when that happens.
Like I said, 2 steps ahead. Always 2 steps ahead. And the heavy metal Jesus apparently is going to start out with Mr. Nutter.
So McChesney gets all that energy and tags in Jimmy Nuts, the most ridiculous name in professional wrestling right now. Collar and elbow. Of course, Jimmy Nuts and his partner Joseph Brooks have been very dominant in tag team competition. Seen them get a couple of wins over War recently. We Are Rock Stars, Aiden Vale and Jordan Lennox. Aiden Vale currently nursing a tender shoulder that's been bothering him for the past number of months. Wish him the best.
As a result of?
Well, largely thanks to Jimmy Nuts.
Yep.
His former friend, but Jimmy Nuts only cared about Jimmy Nuts.
Well, you start, you end with you. Everyone else is just a statistic or a casualty.
Shulo takes down Jimmy Nuts, and now double leg catches him center of the ring. And so far, the Team Big League plan not working out so well, as it's Nuts outnumbered, sending to enemy territory and taken down with the arm drag.
Yeah, Nuts is definitely out of it there.
Great showing by Shulo and Dalton thus far, but I'm curious to see what will happen the first time, and there you see tag team chemistry, cohesion, but what will the reaction be the first time either Logan or Dalton attempts a cover?
Well, you have to believe a streak of jealousy. I mean, this is not a functioning tag team. This is a pairing of individuals.
Dalton taking down Brooks as Brooks comes in. And Norm Connor scurrying around the ring to give some advice, but Shulo and Dalton have wrestled a near-perfect tag match thus far, and neither one are regular tag team wrestlers.
Very true.
Especially not with one another. We've seen Shulo and Dalton headline events before for the IWC title. You know there's a very thick competitive streak both these men have when it comes to one another.
And there's 2 or 3 out. I think Shulo may have forgotten. Oh, there's number 3.
Waiting and wait, and McChesney crashes on both of his cronies.
In a way, it's a good thing Shulo threw both of them out.
Team Big League needing to regroup. Not going to have a chance. Logan Shulo, 6'3" or 4, collides down with a splash.
Just drops all his body weight down. Oh. And now he has a sign, and he gave it back. So, very nice of the heavy metal Jesus.
Farnsworth taking
by this contest, 5 minutes.
Taking play-by-play to a whole new level of description. As Castle now face-to-face with McChesney. And McChesney knows that Dalton Castle's gotten shafted so many times. It's really put Dalton Castle behind the 8 ball. It's really knocked him several notches down the ranks. The fact he's continually lost to McChesney under questionable means, and Nuts grabbing the foot of Logan Shulo, and the distraction allows Brooks to jump up and capitalize.
And Castle not paying attention, not there to help his partner.
And the official trying to control this, keep things in order, and Castle, the illegal man, out. Team Big League takes advantage, McChesney on top.
And you can see the frustration building on Castle already. Not standing on the apron, walking around, angry that McChesney got away with this deception.
I'll tell you, if Team Big League's successful in this goal, if they beat Logan and Dalton and neither one can contend for the IWC title for a year, we are never going to hear the end of this.
Very true.
Now keep in mind, if either Logan or Dalton do get a pinfall, that doesn't mean the partner would not get a title shot. They would have to lose the matchup.
Yes.
If Team Big League wins, both Dalton and Shulo are out of the picture. If either Dalton or Shulo win, then that man will get a title shot at Cage Fury, and the other will proceed as normal.
Although, you have to believe both of these guys are within the title picture right now as is.
Well, absolutely. They've both been in the title picture. Shulo ever since he lost the title. Dalton's been in the title picture since he beat Ray Rowe a year ago. But neither one can get a break because the deck being stacked, and Norm Connors being the puppet master backstage, the executive consultant, and McChesney with friends and everywhere. From Brooks to Nuts to Rex Lawless we saw till he was injured. And a number of others through the months.
And now it's the numbers game catching up to Logan Shulo.
Absolutely.
That was essentially 3-on-1 in the corner. Would have been 4-on-1 had Norm had enough time to get up there.
And Brooks down on top on Shulo for 2. Shulo and Dalton both know this could be an all-or-nothing scenario for them. These are very high stakes. And you gotta believe there'll be a hefty bonus in the works for Brooks and Nuts if and when they achieve this.
Well, like Norm said, he has Con Air all fueled up. They're heading to Vegas after this win.
Con Air.
I'm assuming that they'll head to Vegas even if they get the loss. I mean, once you've set your flight plan, you don't just cancel that with the FAA.
What a con man. Ooh. And Norm Connor's getting involved.
Oh, big leg drop by John McChesney.
The cover. How's Norm been up to backstage all day? Castle getting upset, and rightfully so. Because if Shulo is pinned, then Castle's aspirations are dashed.
Yeah, this really does not seem like... like I was saying, this really seems to benefit Team Big League.
Well, no kidding. Norm made the match.
Oh, a smart tag by Brooks.
That's what it's all about. Divide and conquer for Team Big League, knowing that Shulo and Dalton, there would be a breakdown somewhere with stakes this high. And the breakdown is the fact that Shulo, so far, can't get to a tag. And Nuts almost able to put this away. And Nuts, excuse me, hates to be called by his birth name. Should have changed more than one letter, be that as it may. In comes McChesney.
Handful of hair, couple of fists, thumbs to the eyes. Classic McChesney.
Hard slam. And no respect from anybody here in Team Big League.
It's one of their defining traits.
McChesney up top. Shulo. Oh, what vertical leap!
McChesney slow to get up there.
Oh, release! Superplex! McChesney all the way across the ring!
He just threw him post to post.
10 minutes.
And Big League is in shock! After all that punishment to make that vertical leap, that's unreal!
And now Shulo has a choice to make. Does he tag or does he try and capitalize?
Shulo's reaching. Can he get there in time? Brooks
tags.
Castle in. The Peacock soars.
Boom to Nuts. Boom to Brooks.
Castle's been waiting all matchup for this opportunity.
And the Peacock roars, screams, caws. Oh! Big knee to the corner.
Dalton's feeling the adrenaline here. Can he finish Brooks off and capture a title shot for himself? Nutter way off.
Shulo with a low arching bridge to the top rope.
Not sure if that was intentional teamwork or not, but certainly worked. And now a little bit of a makeshift conference between Castle and Shulo. And Castle flies.
Through the first and second rope. You don't normally see that dive out of a man that big.
Not at all, but Dalton has such crazy agility.
Crazy, that's the right word.
Technically not a legal tag, but the official going to allow it. Dalton was on the outside. Shulo connects. Discus lariat.
And there's Big League.
Elevate Shulo from behind and down. Watch Dalton here.
Oh, boom goes the dynamite.
And McChesney again bouncing off of that corner. And keep in mind, Shulo is now legal. It's important to keep track of that fact as we go on. It's Shulo and Brooks by my last count.
And so there was a tag. I'm confused as to what that means.
Well, did Dalton make a blind tag? Did we miss it? I'm not so sure, but it seems that tag was to bring in Logan and attempt a double team.
Logan not steady up there.
Well, he's been punished this whole matchup. My God! Up from the lights! And
there's
Logan,
the pin.
the cover! And Dalton, well, who's legal? And Logan can't believe. And Dalton, I don't blame Dalton. This is Norm Connor's plan.
This is exactly what he wanted to have happen.
Neither Dalton nor Logan are wrong here in their beliefs. Norm Connor's manipulated the situation.
So there was a tag. The ref is saying Shulo is the legal man.
All right, well, that's the call. The official will have to stand by it. Electric chair coming up. Halo bomb. Shulo gonna finish this off? No. Brooks countering.
Dragging him back out. Boston Crab, perhaps?
Can he turn the big man over? Shulo pushes off. Was a tag made on the big league side? Not so sure. Goes for the bomb again. Brooks is down. This match is over. Shulo should have a title shot.
No, the ref is saying tag. He's pinning he's not pinning the right man.
Well, who got tagged?
It was Jimmy Nuts over there.
And now Dalton tags in Logan, unbeknownst to Logan.
Oh, huge kick.
The distraction caused the super kick, but not the second one. Team Big League being opportunists all the way through. Springboard caught.
Oh!
German release. And here's Norm. Norm just got it. Shulo's been waiting 6 months to do that.
Oh,
Nuts is caught. Sherman with a bridge. Dalton got the pin. Shulo with
Here
Norm.
are the winners, the team of Logan Shulo, and now the man that will receive an IWC title shot at Cage Fury, the Party Peacock, Dalton Castle.
Shulo went for the personal gratification to take out Norm Connors, who he blamed for so many of his stutter steps in his career, and rightfully so. But Dalton Castle can't blame him for taking the chance. Legal man made the blind tag, got the pin. Dalton Castle's gotten the title shot at Cage Fury. Unfortunately, there could have only been one. I'm just happy it was one, and not both men out of the picture for a year.
It's worth pointing out, this might be what Logan's talking about. He had a pin, and Dalton broke it up. Dalton had a pin, Shulo did not interfere in it. You know that Logan has been frustrated with how everything has gone down with him, and now another thing he has to deal with.
Well,
you know it's not sitting well.
We knew this frustration would boil over. Norm Connors' plan was foolproof in that regard, but it didn't blow up in his face the way he expected it. It didn't lead to big league domination. Dalton Castle, #1 contender for the IWC title.
Champion of Super Indy 12. Introducing first.
Oh, Jay Worth, we've
He
reached
weighs
the
in at
climax.
185 pounds, and he is a roaming the streets at night, creeping while you're sleeping. He is the aerosol assassin, the neon ninja, and is a former IWC Super Indy champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Facade!
The sign said Super Indy Samurai. That's been one of many nicknames that Facade has adopted over the past couple of years. Very apropos during his 2 reigns as Super Indy champion. But he's been without title all year, ever since December. Is the same event that Facade narrowly failed at last year going to be the site of his biggest accomplishment?
Failure is just success rounded down. Maybe this year he gets to round it up.
Introducing combatant number 2. He weighs in at 175 pounds. From the Broken Mirror, he is a former IWC Super Indy champion, Gory!
Never have we had a Super Indy final that contained more bad blood, more bloodlust, more ill will than this Super Indy final, just featuring Facade and Gory, tag team partners for a number of years, found immediate success, but after Facade started to see his, oh God, I never get used to that, see his stars shine in the singles division, Gory changed and has only gotten worse and worse of a demeanor since.
And introducing the final combatant.
And these men have not taken their eyes off one another. We can barely wait to start this battle, but we need the champion to decide the title.
Oh, they're ready to tie it up right now.
He weighs in at 210 pounds, wrestling out of Long Island, New York. He is your reigning and defending IWC Super Indy Champion, the premier athlete, Tony Nese.
Tony Nese defeated Logan Shulo for the Super Indy title at the start of the year. We talked about his vast accomplishments earlier, and he's the freshest man in this battle.
The advantage goes to the champion in traditional matches, and the way that this is played out, it goes to the champion again. Less fatigue, less injury.
And keep in mind for Super Indy Finals, elimination rules to decide if this matchup will have 2 falls before we crown a winner.
He also doesn't have the searing hatred of his arch nemesis to deal with in this, unlike Facade and Gory.
As you see the prize, for 12 years, it's been the ending point so many wanted to achieve, and so few had the ability to. And you make a great point, Farnsworth. If I'm Tony Nese, I try to stay invisible. Let Facade and Gory do what they've wanted to do to one another for upwards of a year and pick an opportunity where you see it. Nese picked one early as Facade turned his back to look toward Gory, and as a result, this matchup is spilling outside early and getting absolutely out of hand next level as Facade hits that springboard somersault to the outside once more. That's been a go-to for Facade tonight, and it's paid off pretty well.
And Facade, of the 2 laying down, you knew he was going to pick Gory to throw a kick into.
Oh, Gory. Hard right hand.
And Nese going behind Gory here. You can tell Gory has a singular focus.
Gory
Waiting for him to get up to dodge.
tunnel vision, and Nese picked this spot again.
Smart move by the champ.
And Nese just deposits them out there with each other. And they start fighting, just like I'm sure Nese wants. Nobody's watching Nese!
Oh!
Who connects with a Fosbury flop? Again, a man with a 1,300-pound leg press just did that. There's that leg strength coming in handy.
Yeah, absolutely. My leg press is like 12-18, just to get that on record.
Now, Nese, disposes of Gory, who hits the post hard. It looks like Nese wants to focus on Facade.
He hit the post hard and just kept flying. And now Gory trying to pull himself back up from the puddle of hate he was just laying in.
And meanwhile, Nese is dictating the pace and wrestling this matchup to his exact desires. Hard shots back and forth. Nese gets the upright. No question, Nese the most powerful of the 2 in the ring right now. Oh! Gut-wrench powerbomb. Nicely done. Pump handle action in there.
Gory back in the ring.
And waiting for Nese.
Big Polish hammer.
Barrels him over. That was more momentum than anything else. With a lot of hatred mixed in. And you gotta believe Gory would love to get rid of Nese, so it comes down to Gory and Facade, the rivalry continuing.
You know, I think what Gory just said was very telling. It's not, that's my title, it's your title's mine.
Certainly fits the missions we've seen Gory on through the months, the knees. 2 men no. I think the biggest goal of Gory is just to keep the championship from Facade.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Again, gnawing away. This guy is sick.
Whoa. And agile.
Gory's 6th Super Indy, Facade's 5th, Nese's 1st. Oh, God! Twisting crossbody. Possible to even tell how many revolutions Gory got on that one. Gory may be the quickest man on the roster when he wants to be.
Yeah. There's definitely an argument to be made on that.
But he'd rather meticulously stalk you.
And stomp you and hurt you and make you regret that you ever got into business.
Just years of hatred and frustration over career breaks that didn't pan out and championship reigns that maybe didn't go the way he wanted them to. Partners that he ended up not seeing eye to eye with. That manifestation of evil is what Gory is now. Facade breaks in. The double clothesline. Facade able to take a chance there.
You know, I hate to say it, but at this point, the guy who, the biggest advantage is the guy who's standing. If you're on your feet at this point, you have the advantage. Oh!
Right now, it's nobody.
Nese was fortunate that he was able to catch that top rope.
But man, you can still hear that smack off the floor.
Yeah, imagine if he hadn't.
And Gory, oh my God.
Oh!
Gory was going for a Hurricane Rana. I've seen him pull it off before in that manner.
5 minutes gone by this contest, 5 minutes.
And you know Facade did too, because he was ready.
Power bomb onto the apron.
I think Gory smacked back of the head first.
Can we talk about how much that hurts?
Well, I'm not talking to Gory about it, that's for sure.
A lot.
Gory into the rope. Maybe all he could have done.
And right now, the advantage is Facade. He's the one standing.
Back to the clothesline. Nese. German. Again, a beautiful bridge we talked about earlier. Get on those tippy toes. Get everything you can out of it. We almost saw Facade eliminated.
Facade taking a breather. Gory might have been looking to it, but Nese pulled him back in.
Facade out on his feet. Nese rolls through and comes back, but trapped in a DDT. Notice Gory wraps his leg around Nese's leg to add further torque to the drive down, but not enough.
It also sets him a little off balance. He's not able to compensate his weight as well when he's going down.
Gory certainly still at home at the top, even though it's not about flash and style points for him anymore. It's all about pain.
Nese with a huge uppercut.
Yeah, Nese step out again. You always underestimate the quickness of Nese. You just can't believe it till you see it. My God!
Spider-Man suplex.
And watch Facade.
Oh!
Tightrope walk, and Nese couldn't release himself from the corner in time after tying himself in the corner to execute that suplex.
And Facade not cohesive enough, not coherent enough to take advantage. Might have been able to get a pin on one of those two.
Gory using the official to balance himself. That's all he can hope for. Nese looking to take out both men. Facade was ready.
Oh!
Gory, QAS! And World Facade doing? Well, a little bit of makeshift flipping ain't easy offense.
Muscle memory still holding valid. These guys used to be a great tag team.
Yeah, some circumstance coming in there where their instincts kicked in.
Oh,
Buddy moonsault? What?
Oh!
Facade realizing desperate times call for desperate measures, but Gory not around to relive some nostalgia. He wants to fight. But missed!
Oh! Right into the official's face.
I think being forced into reliving his past memories with Facade caused Gory to snap. And I think he got disqualified for it.
Who DQ'd him?
Gory had a mental breakdown, and now and Facade just had a physical one. Facade kind of manipulated Gory, and Gory just snapped.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gory has been disqualified.
Now who's going to tell Gory that?
As if that fire wasn't burning hot enough.
Hey, don't touch the official. Gory. The lights are out. Gory with words of Chuck Roberts back here, of course, IWC owner. I'm not sure what that's about still. We still don't know where Gory went earlier, or why he was gone for 8 months, and why he's back, and what his intentions are. And now he's gone. A pattern we've seen for so long. Gory is such an enigma. Nothing about him has been explained. We just have more questions now than ever.
The lighting board is over there. No one's touching it. Who does he?
And now it's Facade and Nese. We will see either Tony Nese make history or Facade change the course of history. Neither man with a decisive advantage as of yet. That's unreal agility. And Facade can retaliate. Second time.
Oh, there we connected.
The current champion and the two-time champion. And Nese beats Facade. Super kick, good night. Oh!
2 7/8, Joe.
How close can you get? Facade in the identical situation he was a year ago. The lights were fading against Sami Callihan, and Facade's body could just take no more. We talked earlier about having a second chance at Super Indy. Now Facade experiencing his personal second chance.
Nese has him up. Perhaps an Alabama slam is what it looked like.
Well, Facade could sense the desperation. Up and over on Nese. Kick right to the shoulder blades. Arashikage driver. Nese muscles out of it. Step up into the knee strike. Shining Wizard variation. But not enough.
Perhaps a message to Nese, letting him know that Facade has done his homework, seen who he's tagged with, who he's been with.
Facade may be bleeding from somewhere, I'm not certain. But now opening up with the round kicks, right to the chest cavity. Nese trying to block him. Got that one. Back to the roundhouse, into the roll-up. Nese, again, just gonna power him up. Oh, the back of the head against the turnbuckle. Nese retains the championship.
No! The only thing that sucks worse than taking a turnbuckle bomb to the top turnbuckle is taking it to the bottom. The only thing that hits squarely is your head.
Yeah, it crimps your neck on impact.
And it just rattles you. You do not think straight from there on out.
Nese
climbing to the top.
There's so much he can do, but he can see the toll. Even though it's only his second matchup. What a battle this has been. Facade in his third matchup, fighting for all he can. What? Oh my God. The top! Arashikage driver! From the top! From the top! We are the champion!
Here is your winner of Super Indy 12, and now the new IWC Super Indy champion, Facade!
For the third time in his life, Facade can lay claim to Super Indy Championship glory, but never has he had to go through hell like he has here tonight to get it.
And Nese has something to say about it, apparently.
Nese was seconds, inches away from going coast to coast, going in and leaving as champion. But Facade had one too many answers.
You can tell the bitter taste that leaves in Anthony Nese's mouth.
But he knows he was beaten. And he knows he was beaten fairly. And he knows there'll be another time.
I don't think Facade has a problem with that. Well, Joe, of all the 12s I have seen, this has definitely been the most Super Indy. Congratulations to Facade.
What a moment for Facade, for his late father, for his fans, and certainly for himself. He has earned it. Facade back on top of the Super Indy Mountain for the third time.